And we are recording.
Hello, and welcome back to We're Idiots. Last time friends got involved with drinking, lots of drinking. Sarnax went and bothered the other Dragonborn people. Found out they also knew nothing new, but she is a bother, so bothered. Briar and K2 got very, very drunk and started a conversation on relationships, where our poor Thale got stuck in the middle. We found out that Silverton's lovely bard got reincarnated. He's back not as a Triton though. And then we joked about him dying again, and then he promptly became food.
And he promptly died again.
Yeah, his insides became noodles for... Baby, hold on. For one of the prime
Guardians
thingies. And
What is it called?
we left very, very confused. As the guards were like, the fuck? And we're like, I don't fucking know. Don't ask why, it's us too. Bye. Oh, good God. Oh, clap it.
That was weird.
Scared the fuck out of me.
Oh god.
Was that in Roll 20?
I don't know anymore because there's
Joe,
also...
I don't know where it came from, but it was hilarious and I loved it.
Pretty sure it came from Ryan. It's from Ryan. I saw his mic queuing while the... Yeah, there it is.
God damn it, right.
Anything.
There's a
Ryan,
thing.
you gave me so much shit when I got a soundboard.
It's built into Discord.
Yeah,
now.
it's built into Discord. I'm not. I just want to do the golf club after the end of it. I'm done now.
I love it.
But
Anyways, so yeah,
it freaked me the fuck out for a second.
I know. That was the point.
For a second, I thought I was getting applause because I did it.
You were.
As I, well, from like you guys, as I was trying to convince my cat to stop screaming at me.
Oh, you should know that. That doesn't.
I know.
No.
I know.
No, good. Don't
I
worry
know.
about that. The baby will scream.
Anyways,
Anyways, yeah. You guys alerted the guards. But the Prime Guardian is gone. Because it swams away.
I attempted to make it stay. It did not work.
It did not work.
Yeah.
I try. It sippy. I try.
What, we found out it's very hard to grab a fish.
Wow! Yeah, real talk. I probably have about an hour before I start crashing. Let's So I guess
Yeah, I don't really think we have anything else to do at this point.
no, so it was me,
It was the new people.
all of us, okay.
Yeah.
So let's go back to old people with confusion.
Go back to Darkalion.
Yeah.
Because the other two are still passed the fuck out.
Yeah, I did that.
Yeah, you did.
Hell yeah, we are.
Three of the
You know what?
finest. Chug,
I'm not a
chug.
kid.
Nope.
Proud I did that. I'm glad I did it.
So, Silverton's traveling bard is once again dead.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, what the hell?
Insides eaten like noodles. Oh, and it's
Yes.
definitely a prime thing.
Either it's getting bolder or we just got lucky.
So you saw it this time?
My good brother, my good dude, he gave no fucks with me next to him. So he
Oh.
has all the audacities. Yes.
Yes.
Well, then how the hell are we going to stop this thing, if we even can?
I don't know.
If we were to paralyze it, that would definitely make killing it easier.
First, there's the question of finding it.
Cernix
Again?
just points at him like, yeah, that.
Once we find it, then it'll be the question of what do we do with it.
Stab?
That is a good idea. Can never go wrong with stab.
At this point, it's gone further than just a vendetta.
Yeah, it is very
Well,
it is very
No.
bold considering this is now its
I can't say that though.
2, 3.
If the Blottrel knows that this was the same individual that it killed earlier, it could still be for vendetta's sake.
But how would he?
How
it-
many
They.
how many
How
bodies
would
are we
they?
up to now?
Technically or realistically?
Technically and realistically.
So,
I haven't been keeping track, honestly.
God, I really don't actually remember. How many?
I think
I want to say 7. 6 or 7.
There was the 3 Dragonborns.
Yep.
Mhm.
Kobold.
Kobold,
The kobold, yep.
and then the bard twice.
Yep.
So 7.
Six.
6.
Six.
Well-
6 because it's the same person. 7 because
Don't forget the shop owner as well.
Do we want to?
Yeah, that's right.
So 8
So-
different people have been killed.
No,
Oh, the shop owner.
No.
7.
7.
7 different people,
Yeah.
Learn to count.
2 bodies, same person.
Yeah,
Yeah.
2 bodies, same person. Yeah. This motherfucker is getting
But
very
also
bold.
with the shopkeeper though, that one gets a little bit more tricky because it's not just the blood troll. It's more than
There
that.
there
I'd
had to be
have-
a humanoid involved.
I mean, I'd have to imagine that it would be the same person that cast the silent spell the first time the bard was killed.
Somebody who knows magic in the city is definitely aiding this blottrel. I mean, if this blottrel can cast magic too, that makes this even more dangerous.
Something in me doubts that.
I mean, there have been. I mean, I can't say if there have been, but there probably are people conducting studies on the arcane influence among beasts and creatures.
I don't know.
Regardless, I think it is imperative that we expedite the finding and killing of this creature.
Well,
Yes.
now-
Hopefully, our communication with another Prime Guardian will give us insight. Though
Thinking that's a good idea.
I do not know. I can only hope that the one that we communicate with is more reasonable, at least less
Mhm.
outright murderous.
Yep.
Though initial standings may be difficult.
I mean, so far everybody we've talked to down there is reasonable.
Yes, but the Prime Guardians are responsible for their homes, for their protection.
True.
They may not be quite so willing to speak with myself and Saranax, even amongst you.
Given Sarnath's history with the blottrel. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, this is Crystal legitimately asking because she forgot. What history with Sarnath did the blood?
Sarnath effectively ousted a Blotcher community from their
Okay.
shores.
Oh, okay.
Violently.
Yeah.
Violently ousted. I don't really think Sarnath has any other method other than violently.
No, not really. Right now it is a recourse. We've already set the path in motion. It does us no good to not follow it to its conclusion.
Mm-hmm.
Beyond that, I'm unsure.
Yeah.
We should have struck when we had the chance.
Regardless, this is our best lead, so
Exactly.
following through is best course of action.
Exactly.
And
they take
course.
Timelines are funky in game. It's the this coming morning in game that the Prime Garden that we were going to talk to arrives, right?
Should be.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been a long week this day.
It really has. This day has been a really long 2 weeks.
Okay.
I think absent anything else. Rest.
Alright.
Unless we get bothered, no bothers.
Easy enough.
No cares.
In that case, you all rest.
You all die.
And right at sunrise, K2 and Briar wake up.
Mm-hmm.
Hungover.
No,
Ew.
actually perfectly fine.
Yeah, let's go.
Perfectly fine, well rested. You do gain the benefit of your
Nice.
long rest.
Let's go. Not that I use my anything.
I'm
we don't-
expecting. Hold on. Where's the other shoe?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
don't. We never get hungover. What are you talking about?
Where's the other shoe?
The only difference is,
You're Blotchel now.
Oh my god,
no,
switch,
I'm trying to figure out the best way to describe this.
K2,
Out of-
you feel suddenly more angsty.
out of your left
Impossible.
eye, you see your vision, and out of your right eye, you see the other's vision.
Oh, fuck.
But this is so practical. You just close one eye and it's like, all right, what are you up to? And close the other eye and you're chilling.
Wait, what?
I don't know about you. I can close one eye a lot easier than the other.
The fuck?
Oh,
Yeah, you've got double vision.
Literally.
Literally.
K2, you see yourself out of one eyeball.
Yeah. So effectively,
That's fucking trippy.
for the next 2 hours, you have advantage on all perception checks that rely on sight, as long as you're both looking for the same thing.
If you're looking for different things, it's
Now's
disadvantage.
the time to go investigate.
But any attack rolls you make for the next 2 hours have disadvantage.
Alright, we don't fight shit. We gotta go look at stuff and that's it.
Well, that's
just
fine.
on you, I have things
Look,
that attack
Yeah,
for me.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
fine.
this is really only negative for me.
K2 has things that attack for him and saves. And when does Briar actually successfully attack things? That he-
Shut up. I try, okay?
Ouch.
Yes.
Listen, I take the hits.
Yes.
I get knocked down and I get up again.
All right.
I'm just like sitting there, like closing one eye, closing the other eye, closing one eye, closing the other eye.
I prestidigitate an eye patch.
I'm assuming that the rest of us have a couple hours.
Yes.
Except, well, maybe Thale doesn't.
So it's gonna be
Dark
over
Alien.
with by the time everybody else wakes up anyway.
Yeah.
Dude, we gotta go dick around. We still have time.
Quick, they left us unattended.
Yes, yeah. Go cause problems in the morning when you're less likely to get attacked.
Or dude, that's your own problem.
Yeah, Thale and Darkalion would all both be awake, but still
Having to
in
take
their,
flight
in their
activity.
moments. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's something we can do that we can't normally do with our eyes like this?
I just realized I drew on K2's face last session.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
And guess what? He can see it now.
Oh, that's true. I look at him. I'm just like, KT, are you seeing what I'm seeing?
This is weird.
What You got a little something. And I just like gestured at his whole face.
That is unfortunate.
So you guys missed some fun last night.
Oh, really? How so?
The Bard's dead again.
Yes.
Wait, can you guys not hear me?
No.
Now we
Oh,
can.
I can now.
Except for just now.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, I was fully having conversations with you.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. I must have
Conversations
not
with
I
heard
no
something.
one.
rewind a little bit.
Like, I could hear you guys perfectly fine.
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you now. It's just in that moment I couldn't hear you.
Weird. No, it takes me 5 seconds to prestidigitate my face up clean. I was saying that if they wanted to mess with someone, they should have messed with you. Because you can't do this, and then I cleaned my face.
But can you do this?
Yeah, did you guys hear me say that I prestidigitate an eye patch?
We did hear that.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That was the
I
last
heard.
thing we heard.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, I also asked, I was saying, so, what is something we can do in the next 2 hours that we can't normally do
We did
with
hear
just
that part
our
too.
eyes? Oh, you did hear that part. Okay,
Mhm.
well.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I feel like this is such a good time to go cheat at cards or something, but
Who's playing cards at the
Yeah,
crack
who's
of dawn in 2 hours?
who's gambling at fucking
Exact-
bumfuck in the morning?
I
You never
know. That's why I was like, damn it. Unfortunate timing.
I feel like I've seen
24
old
hours.
men playing checkers, gambling at the docks. But I don't
Goodness.
think that's the type of.
I was gonna say
Situation you're
that
thinking.
you can see, everyone can see the checkers just fine. Like, that's not.
Just saying, they bet money on it. You asked who's betting money. It's time to- Not very nice old men.
Well. Shit, I have no idea what else we could do.
We can go back to back and then spin around and be very confused.
I feel like we're just gonna be really. I feel like if we weren't sick from the booze, that would do it.
Yeah, probably.
You two should box.
Box.
What?
Think
Why?
about it. The
That's-
added layer of difficulty because you're seeing out of your perspective and their perspective at the same time.
We're not looking to
Yeah.
challenge ourselves to something difficult. We're looking for things we can do with this that makes it useful.
I'm just curious.
I don't know that there's going to be a lot of utility to draw out of this.
I'm just curious as to how this works, and this is completely out of character. I'm just wondering if K2 closes his eyes, can Briar still see?
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
one.
I can see what one of my eyes is mine. One of my eyes is seeing what K2 sees.
That's what I'm saying. If he closes his eyes, but as in both
Both
of
of them.
them, can you
Yeah.
see through his
Yeah,
eyelid?
because
Or like,
she
Can
still
I see
has her own
through?
vision.
No.
well,
He
I
means
mean,
can I see through
can
his
she see
eyelids?
through his? Yes. Can she
No,
see
I
what
don't
he
think
would
so.
see? Is it magical or is it actually like from his eye perspective?
I don't know. I close
I guess
my.
I'm
I close
completely
my.
out of character.
I close my eyes.
No, these are important questions.
If I close my
Okay.
eyes, does K2 see still?
Hold
my
on, let me
sight?
take the eye patch off.
Well, you're checking me, so don't close your eyes, because then neither of us are gonna see anything.
That's why I'm taking the eye patch off, so I can see.
Oh, good point. Okay, right. You have my eye blocked with the eye patch.
Yeah, I'm not blocking my own eye with the eye patch.
That would be the real
That would really
challenge.
fuck with you.
So to make things hilarious, if you close your eyes, one of your eyes closes and one of K2's eyes closes.
So
Oh.
she also controls like
So
the
they're
eyelid and
unison.
movement of
eyelid.
the eye.
Wait, so they're
Yep.
blinking it not in. Oh, they're not
Yep.
even blinking together. Oh, that's so
Correct.
creepy.
So if
That's
Briar
fucking
blinks,
weird.
K2 winks. Got it.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's fucking
Well,
creepy and
they-
Well,
amazing.
no,
they
because
both
no,
wink.
we both wink. We just
Yeah,
both
yeah.
wink.
Yep.
Wait, what color are our eyes?
The same. They look the same.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I
What
still
the-
have yellow. She still has red on both.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys didn't magically trade eyes.
I don't fucking know,
It'd be kind
man.
of cool if
I
they had
know.
McDonald's eyes. Though. That'd
I
be kind of funny.
mean, you never know with this weird bullshit going on.
That's funny. Yeah, I have no idea what we should do with this. I'm curious if this would happen every time we drank that drink.
Which drink did we drink?
Tori, do not
was-
remember what it was,
Oh,
but
You mean like just like the really like
Yeah.
high alcohol content one? You think that caused it?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't really know
You guys
else.
did differently
I was-
from
I was
last
gonna
night. So.
say, I don't really know what else happened that could have caused it.
I also had some, but I didn't have as much as you two.
I was gonna say, you didn't pass out, did you?
No, thankfully.
I don't know, K2, do you know anything we could do right now with our
I specialized.
weird winking situation?
I honestly can't think of any.
I know. I feel like there's so many options, and yet somehow I can't come up with anything.
We can
I
go
feel-
looking for the blotch roll more.
Yeah, you
Since
want to
there
just?
was another murder
I
last
didn't know
night.
what's going on with that one. Yeah.
There was another murderer who died
The bard again.
Yes.
again.
Yes.
Yes, while you guys were unconscious, they saw some stuff on the dock. They went to investigate. I stayed here just in case, and they said they found him being disemboweled. Still,
It was quite
when they
grotesque.
arrived.
Who resurrected the bard?
Well, it was a very strange set of circumstances, you see, because he wasn't just simply resurrected. He was resurrected and his soul was put into the body of an orc. That orc was then walking around unaware that he was an orc, and had no knowledge of how he came to be an orc, if I remember correctly. He simply recalled waking up on a ship as the orc, went about his day, and then became disemboweled.
Okay. The fuck?
I have as little a clue as you do.
All I know is this weird winking I keep seeing between you two is throwing me off, and I can't fucking concentrate on anything.
Yeah, what's going on with that?
I don't know.
I put the eye patch back.
Great, so now I'm just the one winking weird.
Yes.
I'm finally living my best pirate self.
Yeah.
You get to have a cool eye patch and vision in both eyes.
Yeah.
All pirates definitely wore an eye patch because they all were missing an eye.
I was gonna say, wait, so K2 gets all the benefits. He gets to wear the eye patch and look cool and still get to see. I don't get an eye patch and I'm blind in one eye.
I mean, we can fasten you
This is
an eye
so
patch.
shit.
Did you want an eye patch too?
Well, no, because then we're both blind in one eye, and that seems worse.
Hold on. What if I go like this? I just make a blindfold and just cover both of my eyes.
That means, wait.
That means you're both blind in one eye.
Yeah.
We're just both blind and we're so stupid.
Yeah, but now it's an anime reference.
You're so dumb.
Okay, I have an idea. If you guys really want to play
Goddamn
around with
idiots.
this, I have an idea for you guys to do.
No, please enlighten us.
I want you to walk up and down the dock, side by side, but close the eye that you can see through. And only use the eye that the other is seen from. And try and walk without tripping.
Why is it just okay? When we asked what we should do with these things, it wasn't just. Why do you guys just keep coming up with weird challenges?
Do you have a better idea? Unless we're going to look for this blotch roll, see who trips first.
I don't want to be tripping. Can't you take off the stupid eye cover? Let's go look for the plot roll.
I can't. If I show my eyes, the world blows up.
You're so What's really funny is that if I were to affect K2 with Blood Curse of the Eyeless, I would simultaneously affect myself.
Yep.
So
Yeah. You kind of got the short end of the stick.
yeah, or I could just affect myself to guarantee I hit K2.
Yeah. It's too bad I don't have a familiar, because then we can see if both
Oh
of
my
us
God,
can
that'd
look
be
through
so
the
cool.
familiar.
That'd be a quick way to make someone motion sick. Summon a
Just
Just out of curiosity, when I use K2's eyeball to see from him, my eyeball in this is so confusing. Never mind, I've confused
Yes,
myself.
when you move your eye,
No,
your other
it's
eye
not.
also moves
That
as if
wasn't
you
the
were
question.
looking that direction.
That wasn't the question. No, it's fine. We're moving on.
Briar, you have to keep looking at me, or else I don't know where I'm going.
What do you mean? Take off the bandana. You're so dumb. Oh my god.
Anyway, what are you guys doing while you have this special vision for the
We're gonna
next
go
hour and 50 minutes?
Try not to trip. Come on, go for it.
No, we're gonna go try and I guess I don't know. Fucking. We're gonna take a look around. I guess.
Well,
I-
you're still sleeping, so.
I walk in front of Briar, so I feel like I'm in a third-person perspective video game.
Oh my god. Stupid.
With
Oh,
that
it's so
annoying
real. I
camera
don't
that you
even have
can't
a heads-up
fucking move.
display. This game is great, but why are the camera controls such shit?
What if I just stab myself in my K2 eye? Will that hurt K2 and not me?
Only one way to find out.
Do it.
You can certainly
Do it.
try.
Do
And
it.
here, I was just waiting for
Coward.
Briar to start looking at your butt for no reason, so you would see her looking at your butt.
But then I'd be looking at my butt with both eyes.
Yeah, you think Keisha doesn't do that in the mirror sometimes just to make sure?
I do that thing where I just poke my eyeball on the side, but actually poke it, not like my eyelid. I pull the eyelid back a little bit and poke my actual eyeball.
Okay.
It's called the sclera.
Yo, no.
I'm just like, hey, do you feel that?
Do I feel that?
Nope.
Damn.
Nothing.
Well, at least you tried.
All right, we're gonna go see what our eyes can see.
Look for special eyes.
All right. Where are you going to look? What are you going to look at? What do you think you'll ponder?
I don't fucking know, bro. I don't know, I guess we'll go take a look around where the noodle murder happened.
Okay, you go and investigate the noodle murder
Sure.
and find the half-slurped corpse of an orc.
Yeah.
Thought they took the body away.
Oh yeah, that's right, they did. You're
They
right.
did, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just,
Because we knew
puddle
what
of blood.
murdered
So they
them.
found the
we saw it
location.
this time.
Yeah. That's right. So yeah, you stroll up on a blood-covered dock next to a hole. The hole is roughly elephant-sized.
Nice.
I feel like that's bigger than it was described to us as.
Elephants are large creatures, aren't they? Or are they huge?
They're huge.
I think they're huge.
Oh, okay.
Because I think they're like, yeah. Even if you go like Indian elephants, huge.
Elephants are huge, so it's probably one of the size of like a horse.
You find
Yeah.
you find
Yeah,
a
horse
hole
is
the size
large.
of a bugbear.
All right,
Scrug.
Fuck you.
we just gave you horse, and they're like, no, bugbear.
No, of course he wants bugbear. Josh just wants to be Scrug.
No, it's actually bigger than that. It's the size of an owlbear.
Oh,
Okay, so
where
about
is
the
the
size of
elevator?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a large. It's a large hole.
Yeah, that's right. Because it was about the size of Sentinel.
All right, here we are at the crime scene when they were here last night during the crime. I'm not casting the spell. Like they were already here when it happened. I don't need to relive it.
Yep.
However,
Let's look for clues.
Sure.
I take the blindfold off so that I'm looking with all eyes, and I'm assuming
Yeah,
Briar is
yeah.
helping.
We're using all of our eyeball power.
Yeah. So you both have advantage on your perception checks.
Would this help investigation?
Technically, yes. So you can roll
Yeah.
investigation.
Yeah.
Yes, let's go. Screw perception. Who needs to perceive shit? Do we both roll?
Yes, you both have advantage.
Oh,
That's just how it works.
poggies. Hey!
Oh God, he's dead.
We knew that already.
All right, you guys look around the area, finding a big hole and a trail of like almost dried blood kind of falling into the water that's drying up. Bit of blood in the water itself. Bits of flesh around the edge of the ring. And that's it.
Okay, so basically what they described, they saw.
Yep.
Hmm.
I was hoping for new information.
Same. Um.
Well, that didn't help. Want to go get drunk?
Jesus, God. It's
I'm
barely
kidding.
daytime.
I'm kidding.
Are you, though? Are you really?
I'm like 70% kidding.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
He was waiting for at least 2 people to be like, yeah, before he was like, okay, let's go. But yeah, suppose maybe we should just go back to the inn and be good boys and girls until everyone else wakes up, and then we can go talk to the Blottrels.
Or we can be irresponsible and go talk to the Blotch now.
Without, then we want to wait for, well,
Well, that would be the
to be
responsible.
fair,
Or-
he did say that he thought it might go poorly because of his and Serenix's presence. We may have a better shot with them not around. I must consider this.
I'm up for it if you guys are.
Alright, fine. Twisted my arm.
I just said,
Wow.
okay,
Wow.
maybe, and you're like, okay, fine.
Thale, I must consider this. Oh, you twist him off. Fine, we'll go.
I mean, I'm not surprised he's a pushover. He has a teenage daughter.
Truth, it hurts.
So right now it's just Thale, Darkalion, and the other 2.
And the drunks.
What could
Yeah,
possibly go wrong?
As a reminder, yeah, the elves have not completed their long rest. They're just light
Yeah.
activity right now.
They can walk around.
They're just
jaunt
fucking
about.
around.
Got it.
Mm.
They get arrested in a 4-hour time?
No, you trance for 4 hours, but your long rest is still 8 hours.
Ah,
Yeah,
gotcha.
you're just unconscious for 4 hours.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's fine.
4 hours.
I didn't
Well-
lose anything yet anyway, so I'm fine.
Yeah, you're a monk. You get everything on short rest. It's fine.
You're chilling.
Does Thale need his long rest, or is he good to go?
I've only used a 2nd level spell slot so far, and I haven't taken any
You're
damage.
fine.
so- yeah, I'm good.
I've got like 12 of those. Let's go.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm good. I ain't got no concerns.
All right, I guess we're going then.
Seems like it.
Wait, where are we going?
Since I apparently
Speak with the
twisted
bluff.
somebody's arm.
We're gonna go talk to the Blottrel because it'd be easier to do it when the Dragonborn aren't with us.
Oh, yeah.
Keep in mind, I am still asleep.
Oh yeah. I mean, did we need you to speak to the Blottrel?
He was the one who
Um,
spoke to them last time?
Yeah,
I
As a
Translate.
reminder, Darkalion can also speak to them.
As I
Oh,
have
yeah.
been able to for a long
That
time.
was a legitimate question. I was asking because I couldn't remember.
yeah. We got
chilling.
Universal Translator Darkalion and Duolingo K2.
Duolingo.
Actually,
Yeah,
I think I also know tongues. So yeah, I do know tongues.
Mine's cooler than tongues. I made it myself.
You and your fancy tongues.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
it
Ooh ah.
All right. How are the four of you breathing underwater?
I cast water breathing.
I look at my handy pocket knife.
All right. Are you jumping in the hole, or are you going down the ladder, or over the edge?
I forget. Were they nicer to us when we went through the special way, or when we just like came down from the surface?
They were
The-
nice to us when we went down the special way because they assumed we were working with or for the queen.
That's why they haven't attacked Rob on site yet.
Yeah.
Whoop.
But that's also. But they remembered that we came down the special
did,
way.
yes.
Have we all gone down the special way?
As far as I know,
believe so,
yes.
yes.
Enough of you had
That
that.
we're all
Yeah.
associated by proxy.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Since none of you went down individually prior to doing that, then they can associate.
I just had an idea. Seeing how Cyrenix is asleep, do you want to bring Rafa away?
Sure, we can do that.
This is so true.
Yeah. Avoid the conflict with the Dragonborn by bringing their even more ancestral enemy.
Oh, okay, wait, yeah, okay, good point. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe we don't.
Okay,
Yeah. The Dragonborn is a recent scar. The Triton is an ancestral one.
Okay, we'll go for strong. We got this.
They're mortal enemies. Like,
Mike, do you actually want to go to Sarnath, or are you just fucking around now? Have you given up on Sarnath?
I'm not gonna start out. It reminded me of the joke. It was like, the two of them are mortal enemies, like Blotrol and Dragonborn, or Blotrol and Triton, or Blotrol and other Blotrol. Damn Blotrol! It ruins the Blotrol realm!
Excuse
Yeah.
me.
Blotrol kind
was
of
right
just
there.
Alright, let's go.
Alright.
Alright, so you sink into the water. The first thing that you see is in the center of this, we'll call it a cluster of buildings, because it's not big enough to be a town or a city, is a giant stem. And at the top of that stem is what
Like
I can
for a
only
plant?
yeah. What I can only describe as like a dormant flower, like it hasn't opened yet.
So a plant, okay.
Yeah. It's a pod. Yes. Try to think of a good term for it, but yeah.
A dormant flower. Okay, yeah.
Yep. Precisely. Yeah, and the plant itself stands 20 feet tall, with the pod being another 10 feet.
do we think maybe does the Guardian come out of the giant plant? Is that what's gonna happen?
I don't think so.
Really? Because that pod screams dramatic entrance.
I think so.
I mean, it could definitely be a dramatic entrance or something. I just don't think it'll be the Prime Guardian that comes out of that thing. But I could easily be wrong.
Let's go check it out.
Go
Yes,
investigate
let's
the
go.
pod.
All right, you guys swim over to the pod. Yeah, the outer shell. It's semi-translucent, like you can kind of see into it. There is definitely movement inside of it, but it's a lot of smaller things, not one big thing.
Ew. So it's like writhing,
Yeah,
like a spider
Oh, that's
nest.
disgusting.
yeah.
Well,
I no longer find this intriguing. It's more
Yeah, this
creepy
is-
now.
This is quite disgusting.
Briar, go poke it with a stick.
I pull out my glaive.
Let's not.
Maybe not that one. At least not the pointy end.
I
That
flip
was
it
a-
around. It's also
Let's
pointy on
not
this end,
poke
but
the
it's
thing.
fine.
That was the exact stick I was referring to.
I feel like we're going to regret this.
Can I, before Briar pokes with a stick, can I see, is this thing some kind of like magical vessel for something?
It with your passive arcana, it doesn't appear to be like a magic vessel.
Okay.
It's definitely more like natural.
But it wasn't here the last time we were here.
Correct, which was
Like
very
yesterday.
recently. Yeah.
Yeah, like either yesterday or the
Yesterday.
day before, one of the two.
Yeah.
I poke it with my stick.
No.
Too late.
Deflect
All right.
missiles.
You poke it with your stick.
Wait, I would like to hang on. I gently poke it. I gently poke it with my stick.
What should be an egg sack for the Blottrels?
Hence the gentle poking.
Alright, you gently poke it, and it gives way a little bit, and then it moves back out as you pull back on the glaive.
Ooh.
I just look over at K2 like, do I poke it harder?
Let's
Don't.
not say we did. We
And
don't
then-
know what this is.
Roll me 1d20.
No. One. Is this how many Blottrel are gonna come kick my ass?
Yes.
That's not good.
Ooh.
Alright. And then you pull away on the glaive, and after
Gently.
about a second,
You no longer have your plate.
everything but the silver of your glaive dissolves.
Oh no!
Didn't you just buy that?
I
Yep.
just got it silvered, but I could just
Yeah.
kind of get a new. That's fine. I'll just get the
You
silver
just,
part.
you just need a new stick.
I didn't need a new stick for yeah.
Yeah.
I'll
So
collect
what
my
is
silver
actually
pieces.
left of it?
Just the blade
The blade, well, and like the little, I guess, a little bit on the
and
end.
the half
Yeah.
spike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, she's basically just got a naked blade and maybe a 3-inch spike at the end.
Yep.
You know, I have enough money that I should just get a whole silver stick.
So this is
One of them.
why I said not to poke the things that we don't understand.
One of them
Well, I
best
mean, I could have poked it with my finger, and then this would be an
And
entirely
then you
different
would have
situation.
disappeared. So let's not go around poking stuff we don't understand. Please.
If I like take a close, does it look like it has like a? Does it have like a coating or something on it? Is he got like an ooze?
Make an investigation check at advantage.
Yeah, let's go eyeballs. 25.
All right. It is almost imperceivable. But yes, there is a very, very thin layer of this,
Goop.
like, it's not even goop, it's more like an additional membrane
Oh.
that surrounds this.
Oh, I see. Is it like really close to like it's like pretty much like directly just over top of it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe we should ask one of the locals what the hell this thing is, because they might know.
That's what I was trying to say.
I concur.
Let's go find the blotch roll.
All right. Yeah, they're not hard to find as you just swim down. The
As
closest
we're
one.
like swimming down, I'm just like, hey, if you guys got like an extra weapon I can borrow just in case.
Well, I do, but it's kind of heavy. Is that okay?
Looks to the samurai.
I hand her a dart.
Just as you hand me the dart, it's like flipping the bird.
You didn't specify how big it had to be.
I wave like the two pieces of my glaive, comparable to this what it was before, I think.
Again, you didn't specify, so.
True, you just said a weapon.
You just said, yeah, exactly. You said a weapon. That's technically.
Could you
a
imagine
weapon.
me going around? I just have Briar go around now, only using a dart for the rest
So
of
the
the
Crimson right, starting stabbing people.
What?
her whole weapon, her entire weapon. She doesn't throw it; she just stabs
Wait.
people with the dart.
I've got
So-
I've got a really dumb idea.
Oh God, tell me.
Your glaive got dissolved. Don't you also have a halberd?
You sell the halberd?
Oh my God,
Have you just been walking around with
Yeah,
two
two.
fucking pole arms?
Hell
You've
yeah,
had
brother!
two pairs of gloves this entire time.
I have had two pairs.
I had to say it before Mike did,
halberd.
honestly.
Damn it!
Too late
Okay,
now.
with the halberd. Shit. I totally forgot I had that. It's been too long, alright? We haven't played in so long.
Well, I had a really funny and really like dumb idea, but if
Tell
you
me,
if you're,
tell me.
well, I'm not gonna do it if you can just like if you can just use your halberd stick for your glaive.
Well, no, I
it's the
can't.
same
No,
type of stick.
it's not like it's okay. It's the same kind of stick, but like it's not like they're just twist. It's not like I just twist the top off and put the new top on.
Why not?
That's not how it works.
That seems like shoddy craftsmanship. Then.
That would be so fundamentally weak. Why? No. Imagine I stab someone and all they had to do was like a cartwheel and then the top comes off.
You mean you guys don't also have your Swiss Army pole arms?
Swiss Army polars.
Okay, fine.
Technically, polearms are the Swiss Army knife of military conflict, but
Hand me the spike.
You just want the spike, or do you also want the
just
blade?
the spike.
Just the okay, even
Just
the
the spike.
spike.
All right,
Here, I thought he was
I'm
say
gonna hold the
stick.
spike.
Uh
Now you take the glaive, like the blade part of it,
huh.
and hold it right where it would be if the stick was still there.
Okay, I do that easy enough. I've had this glaive for a very long time.
All right. Now, Josh.
It's never a good thing when Mike starts a sentence with "So Josh."
What I would like to do now is a combo spell.
Okay.
I would like to use Control Water
Oh my god.
to make a glaive. What was it called? A hilt? Like a rod or haft? Thank you, haft. There you go. A glaive haft made solely out of water, and while I'm doing that, cast a movable object on the water so that it stays in its form.
Will it have to be frictionless like that? Can you texture it? That might be a good idea.
Yeah, because it's
You can
buoyant. It
specify
can't be
who made
it can't be affected by gravity.
You can also specify who moves it.
Yeah, I can specify that Briar can move it with no problems, and then if anybody tries to like I don't know, like attack her or something, she can like use it to block, and then she gets like a buff to her defense or something.
You can just drop it on somebody.
Does the water, does shaping it like that make it a discrete object from the rest of the water surrounding it?
It doesn't. That's the one thing that I'm like. It's a really cool idea.
Well, that's what I'm saying with the Control Water is that
Yeah.
like okay, then how about this? I
Well,
use
can you
Control
freeze it?
Water to freeze it, and then make the ice haft
Yeah.
immovable so
Yeah,
that
that works.
all of the molecules in the ice stay where they are so that they don't melt.
Yeah, I like that idea.
All right,
This
cool.
is so cool. Wait, how long does this last?
How long do you want it to last?
Forever?
All right, I cast it at 6th level.
Wait,
And that also,
you
that
have
also
to
makes
do
it like
last?
20. That also makes it like 20,000 pounds if she drops it on someone.
Yeah,
You've given her Thor's glaive.
Basically.
there you go.
Kind of, yeah.
You can stab somebody and just leave it in them.
Basically. I mean, all they'd have to do is just pull themselves off of it. But
Yeah,
yeah.
you pin them to a wall, they're fucked.
Oh my god.
More so, you pin them to the ground. Like if someone
Yeah.
goes prone and she just stabs it into them, they're not getting up.
Yay, ice haft.
Oh my
Did you just think of jerry-rigged magic weapon? I think you did.
He janked our way into our first magic weapon.
It's not our first magic weapon. I have this dagger.
Yeah, true, we've got the soul dagger.
Dude, that's so fucking funny. Oh my god,
Oh
I'm
my
about to lose my
god.
mind.
This is amazing. I'm fucking
Only
crying.
K2. Only K2 could find a way to make a magic item in this game without having to use a soul.
This is the best thing ever.
I mean, it's magic. It's magic insofar as things made with the fabricate spell are also magic.
Yeah. Stop stepping on the fun.
What else am I supposed to do? You all went and talked to the fucking bluffer without me.
Petition to call this episode MacGyver.
Oh my god, amazing.
Magic-Guyver.
Magic-Guyver.
That one's got my vote. That's got my vote.
The winner for
Type it in
me.
chat so we don't forget.
Oh, so how could we forget Magic-Guyver? Oh my lord.
Easily.
I don't think I'll ever forget Magic-Guyver. It's like Abracaded. Alright, well. I just sort of like hold it and I'm like, I can work with this. Wait, now it's so cool when if I have my right of the fucking frozen, it's so thematic.
I mean, if there's one thing I know how to do, it's how to brand things well.
This is true. Somewhere on here, there's like a little K2 symbol, like engraved in a little trademark.
What do you mean it's engraved the entire length of it?
It's covered in a bunch of small K's.
Yeah. That's what I use for grip.
Oh man.
All right, well, the winner of a session already. All right, off to the plot roll. New weapon
plot
intel.
roll.
Now I
All
need
right.
to put a soul into
Yeah,
this glaive, and
you-
it's even cooler.
You approach.
Dude.
I would like to remind you, it is still made of ice. It can melt.
No, I
No, it's
it's
surrounded
immovable. I asked that. Because it's immovable, the molecules will never move and thus never melt.
Oh, I suppose.
There you go.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
by.
You got this on a technicality.
You are technically correct. The best kind of correct.
Now I got unmelting ice in 2 campaigns. Let's go.
I'm nothing if not
Both because of Mike.
Yeah, yeah, but because of Mike.
Mike is an ice type, heard.
Blotro.
To the blotch roll.
All right. Yeah, you approach the nearest Wattrel. It's much like the pattern that they seem to do. They just kind of stare at you.
Dark Alien.
When you guys ask the questions, I'll just translate it.
Oh, okay. So we're doing the. It's my charisma, but Dark Alien's just translating.
Yeah.
Is that how we did it last time? I don't remember.
Oh, last time it was Kasam talk.
Yeah.
Well, right, but was
Were you-
Sam rolling, or was whoever he was translating for rolling?
We had Kasam roll.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
I'll roll. I don't mind. It's just I don't know what to say. So
Got it.
Also, this will be different because it's animal handling versus whatever he has to roll.
Which will probably just be persuasion or a non-skilled charisma check. Okay.
ooh, I have a +5 to persuasion too. So
Oh, well, there you go. So we walk up to swim up to the blotch roll, and we say, "Hi there. Just want to ask some questions. First one being, what's the big plant thing?"
It is a brood bath.
did you say rude bath or brood bath? I'm just
Brood bath.
brood.
Yes.
Yeah, brood.
Okay, just wanted to confirm.
What is a brood bath?
The young of our people are placed inside of the pod, where they fight to the death.
Oh,
God.
I'm sorry, what?
Why?
The youngest of our people are placed into the pod, where they fight to the death.
Yeah, no, I got that the first. Sorry, that was a.
I do not have time to explain it to you.
Alright.
well, I guess, is this a cultural thing or a punishment?
It's how all Wattrel are born. Well,
I think it's like a.
how they grow.
I was gonna say, like, wait, there's just a bunch of blotch-roll babies clawing at each other in there?
I think it's like a sharks eating each other in the womb thing.
That's exactly what it was. Inspired by tiger sharks.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I just said that in the chat.
Okay.
It's just crazy.
Well, let's just move past that for diplomatic reasons. Well, we were looking to talk to the Guardian that was showing up today. Have they arrived yet?
Yes, he is here.
Great. Where is he?
I will summon him for you. And
Thank
she takes out a horn.
Like
from
a conch shell?
Yeah, like a conch shell, exactly.
A magic shell.
And then just seems to rub over the top of it, which then it emits a burst of bubbles that just kind of flow through the water.
Oh, she didn't blow it.
Nope.
That's disappointing. It's like having a gong and not hitting it.
I know, it's really weird, but it's neat. Yeah, and then a few moments later, a very large Blattrel emerges from one of the houses, and just like kind of saunters over. This one actually is capable of walking.
he's
They have
he's
legs.
just walking
What?
through the water.
Yes.
I need explanation.
This Blattrel has so the Guardians have a detachable fin. So
What?
like not like in that case. Let me explain it better.
It's like a little
Yeah.
like kangaroo
just-
pouch that
kangaroo
they
pouch.
put their legs in.
Yeah,
and then they
that's,
swim in it.
that's exactly what it is. Yeah, so their legs
Gotcha.
can separate from the actual fin.
Okay.
It's a
Uh,
transformer. It is Blood.
Yeah. God.
Best joke I ever made.
Okay. Anyways,
Blattrel bots, roll out.
Oh,
well,
God.
yeah, I guess saying that explains the wet footprints we found.
Yeah, it kind of does.
Yeah, it does. This one has
Right, because we thought the murderer was a Guardian, right? Like,
Correct.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
We
Thale
assumed-
Thale, having seen both the murderer and now this one, could probably confirm, just based on sizes, that it's a Prime Guardian.
and this one
Yeah.
isn't the murderer, right? It's not the same guy.
Can I tell?
Roll for racism. Do they all look?
Wow.
Are you sure? Are you sure you want the one non-white person here to do that?
Seeing
the only
as
one
you
that can.
were up close to the other one,
You're the only one that saw it go out of all.
yeah, and I believe you have dark vision here. No?
Yeah, he does.
Yep.
This one doesn't appear to be as aged.
Okay.
Oh, so this
This one is
younger.
younger.
So smaller, but still roughly the same size.
Not necessarily smaller, just younger. They're all the same size.
I guess I was
Less
assuming they
wrinkles.
would just get bigger with age, but okay.
Yeah,
Fair.
less wrinkled.
Okay.
Scales.
So yeah, I don't know. If we don't
Chinese.
have the whole like psychic mind link going on right now, right? Okay. All right. So I will wait to convey the information about that at a later time. Oh wait, no, I guess you can't understand me. Why would I fucking wait? Yeah, no, this isn't good.
No, don't
Oh,
assume
sure.
that.
We don't know
What?
if you can speak our language or not.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
Never
they
in
do
this-
seem to,
We've assumed enough in this campaign, and it's gotten us in enough trouble. So
they do seem to understand when we speak common. They just do not
Okay.
speak common.
Okay, all right, yeah, I'm gonna keep my mouth shut.
It is reasonable that Prime Guardians might also just speak common, considering they're the apex of their race, the Guardians, and might have to deal with other races beyond the Blattrel.
We've taken the quote, assuming makes an ass out of you and me, way too literal in this campaign.
Yeah.
agreed.
So,
Anyways.
Yeah, so it wanders over, and in common, it says,
See? Told you.
Yeah.
"Welcome, land dwellers."
Thank you for having us.
Blessed morning to you.
Tarkalion just
That
winks.
is a strange greeting, but thank you.
So, have you been informed why we wanted to speak with someone of your position?
I have just arrived, and they have told me nothing.
All right. So, we have a bit of a situation on the surface. Several refugees, as well as a couple local people, have been murdered. We've been investigating the murders for the Queen, and to the King to a lesser degree. And well, we had our suspicions before that the murderer might be a Blottrel. And eyewitness testimonies have led us to believe that the Blottrel might be someone of a similar station to yourself, a guardian, based off the size of the Blottrel that has been seen.
And he had the blade arm thing too.
Yes, he also had a blade that kind of like came out of his arm. That I don't know if that's like his thing or if all guardians can do that. I didn't
We
want
were
to.
told that it's a guardian trait.
Yeah,
It is a
have that
guardian
confirmed.
thing. Well, then there you go.
Yes.
So yeah, he also had the retractable arm blades that guardians such as yourself have.
Yes, the single blade, as he like moves his arm and it begins to unsheath itself. But he doesn't all the way. It's only the one arm.
Right. And the other one, it didn't have like multiple blades on one arm or like multiple arms. It was just the one blade on the one arm.
Yep, it's the one blade on the right arm.
Got it. Same thing. And this guy's is also on the right arm.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. So.
Yes, each guardian, as it seems you've learned, comes equipped with the blade for both offensive and, well, mostly offensive potential. As guardians grow older and stronger, they acquire new adaptations. So depending on what other characteristics this one had, we can determine at least how old it is.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know that I know what I know specifically about it, other than it was elder. It looked older than this Blotchel, but I would tell him whatever descriptive information I have about the other Blotchel.
Sure. Based on those characteristics from what you've said, it would put them anywhere from a new guardian to an old guardian.
Okay. So he may have he might have looked older, but that doesn't necessarily mean he was older.
Correct. Well, the only adaptation I'll tell you guys this is that you guys have observed is the arm blade.
I'm back where I miss.
We're talking to the guardian.
Has he said anything interesting?
Just so far confirmed stuff that we were already pretty sure about at this point.
Okay.
These adaptations that Guardians get as they get older, is it always physical adaptations, or can they be more abstract or even magical in nature?
They can be magical in nature, but that's so far down the evolutionary track, most people don't get there.
Have you ever heard of a Guardian that might have had like a siren song ability that could lead people around? Like a charming effect that could make people do things that they wouldn't necessarily want to do.
No, none of the adaptations would lead to such a useless ability.
I mean, worked pretty well for the sirens, but okay.
Somewhere a siren is offended.
Yeah, no shit. Okay.
Charming abilities don't work on Prime Guardians. Sirens are our main source of food.
Right, but I'm saying if a Prime Guardian was to use an ability like that to get their prey in a more advantageous position to then strike, would that be something within your biology to adapt into an ability like that?
If it is, I'm unaware of it, and I've studied our adaptations quite well.
Alright.
It would have to be older than what is considered old to us.
What is considered old to you?
10,000 years.
Holy shit. Haven't the Blotch only been around like a few hundred years? What the fuck?
Yeah, so something that is impossible.
Yep.
Okay. Is that a rough estimate, or is that just what your projections are?
He seems to be messing with you a little bit.
Yeah.
He's acquired the ability. He's acquired the adaptation of fucking with you.
Yeah.
He definitely wants to see how far he can take this random bullshit before you start calling him out on it.
See, this is how we figure out Blotchels are just Australians.
Oh, because they're from down under, yeah.
No, because of the great Australian tradition of fucking with people.
I just kind of squint my eyes and I'm like, you motherfucker. Fucking come here talking to a guy about murders. You're like, yeah, you're funny. Just another NPC in Josh's long line of Law and Order NPC characters.
We're not even halfway through the list. Just kidding.
God. Alright.
See, the thing is, I don't even believe we're even halfway through the list.
No, we're not.
And to be serious, the Prime Guardians age every 5 decades. It's when they develop a new adaptation.
Okay. So every 5 decades or so, they get a new adaptation, and so far, no one has developed anything along those lines.
It's possible the Silence Field is one.
The oldest Guardian would have turned 400 recently. But
Are there
dead? It's
yeah.
We don't know what the evolution would have been.
Got it. Are there any Guardians that might have gone rogue or been exiled or committed crimes against your people?
None that I'm aware of. as guardians are bound by a very particular code. Although it's not really a code, it's more like a list of suggestions. Just, basic things. But we're all employed to protect. It seems strange to me that somebody would be aggressive, especially out of the water.
Yeah. That was kind of what I was understanding as well after speaking with a few of the people that live in this area. So there's no one that's like famously broken against the way of things. Is it possible for someone to become a guardian without you knowing, or is it like a specific process that only guardians know how to do?
It is a specific process, but if somebody knows that process, they could, in theory, do it on their own. I could make any of you a guardian if you can withstand a great deal of pain.
Briar, no.
At least there's a like, and a great deal of pain.
It wouldn't do you much good down here, because you can't naturally breathe the water, but...
I almost became a blotch troll once.
God, I got reincarnated as a blottrel.
Yeah, for the expression of just like, what?
I was an adventurer like you once.
God.
And then I almost suffocated on land.
Is the way to become a guardian like a well kept secret, or like something you want to be kept secret?
It is a very well kept secret.
Okay. The reason I ask is knowing how to might help us figure out who this rogue guardian who doesn't follow your code might be, if we're able to trace the path that they went down to become a guardian. Like if it, I don't know if it requires any specific resources or trials that they have to complete.
No trials, but resources for sure. Usually... I shouldn't tell you.
Look, none of us want to become guardians.
I'll tell you one thing. The evolution for the Guardians is difficult if there are no sources of scales around.
Fuck.
Oh, shit.
Has anyone ever tried to become a guardian of the land?
How would one become guardian of the land?
Well, you say that becoming a guardian wouldn't do us much good if we can't breathe naturally under here, which means that being a guardian isn't necessarily tied to being
A blottrel.
a blottrel, because it doesn't bestow on someone the ability to breathe underwater. So if it's more of just a way of adapting to significant pain and stress, then someone could possibly become a prime guardian of the land and adapt to things on the land the ways that you adapt to the things in the water.
I suppose that is a possibility. I hadn't considered that.
There are a lot of scales on the land.
That is an interesting thought, though.
If someone was willing to go down the path of the Guardian, would you then be willing to give that person the knowledge?
You would gain the knowledge when you become a guardian.
Right.
So yes.
Anybody else have any questions?
I just is the scale is the scale thing really the only thing you can tell us? Look, we're just trying. We're really just trying to get to the bottom of this. None of us are interested in becoming a guardian, even a guardian on land, if that's possible.
I'm not worried about any of you wanting to become guardians. There are dangers associated with knowing.
Kind of currently feels like there are also dangers with not knowing.
Far less.
Tell that to the over half dozen people that have recently perished up in High Gulf.
Anybody with the knowledge of becoming a guardian that is not mind protected could be driven insane in a matter of seconds.
Does that require, like, you need to have the full knowledge?
Yes.
Okay, so what if you gave us, like, 95% of the knowledge?
Oh my god.
Then there is a 95% chance.
Alright, so like 49%, and then the odds are pretty much in your favor that you're gonna be fine.
Every second, yes.
So the scale knowledge is what, like 1%?
Oh my god. This line
don't-
of questioning is so stupid.
I don't know that this is getting us anywhere.
Yeah.
Listen, I just want to know how much more we can know, because the scale thing is not a lot to go on.
Ryder, I don't think we can know any more without actually committing to such trials. The fact that he gave us the scale thing is more of like a little teaser. You know, like a seller giving you the first one for free type of thing.
Never gotten the first one free.
Well, then you haven't known any good sellers. Well, I'm sorry, I don't think I asked you your name.
That's because you didn't.
Well, my name is K2. It's nice to meet you. What is your name?
I'm curious. Why is there a number in your name?
Because he's two of a kind.
This looks
That
over
is-
like, what?
You have your secrets, I have mine. If you share your secrets, I'll share mine.
I'm not that curious about it.
And yet, I'm still curious about your name.
I believe you.
Will you please tell me your name so I know how to address you instead of just calling you Guardian?
Yes.
Sadly, you're not Lance Riddick.
My name is Cordwan.
Cord Long?
Cordwan.
Lawn.
Yeah. Cordwan.
Okay, I was close. I did a C. No, I can only be the one with a K name.
Oh, there goes Cantor.
I forget, how you spell Blottrel?
Lot-rel.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, Cordlon, are you going to be around long? How long were you planning on staying in the area? In case we have more questions for you.
I will stay until tomorrow.
What time tomorrow?
Roughly first light.
Okay. I really just wanted to know, so I didn't show up at noon and you were gone or something.
I understand.
All right. Well, thank you for your cooperation and your help. We will be back if we have any more questions for you.
Okay.
Are you able to tell us like what you do with the scales?
Oh
or...
my god!
Just stop.
I just drag Briar by the back of her collar.
That was a legitimate question.
Sorry if you were off put by their weird winking.
Yeah, this whole time we've just both been like twitching.
No, I've been blindfolded this whole time.
As I'm being pulled away, I'm like, no, seriously! What do you do with the scales?
Good day.
Bitch fish.
Dude.
I wish you a pleasant morning.
All right, let's go back, inform the others what we found out, and discuss the plan going forward.
Yeah, unless you guys stop anywhere, you would get back about the time that they wake up.
Perfect timing. We just got done talking to the guy.
Well, damn.
Before we tell you everything that we just did, was there anything else you wanted to tell us about last night that Theo might have left out on accident?
Like what?
Well, I'm asking. That's why I wouldn't know.
Aside from the bard being turned into a bowl of noodles.
No, I got the noodles. Yeah.
Okay.
Whoever it was didn't seem to care that I was literally right next to him
That
at
too.
all.
Well, that's very strange. If they are the one hunting down Dragonborn.
Very much eating the bard right next. I'm not gonna lie, I really didn't know what the fuck to do. You don't expect to eat someone walk up on someone's insides being eating like noodles. No
Yeah.
care.
Right, but like if you're eating like like basic porridge and someone puts down like a really nice steak next to you, you're not gonna you're gonna stop eating the porridge and eat the steak. You're not gonna just keep on with your bland porridge.
Are all contestants considered steak now?
I think that'd be a delicious steak. Thank you.
There might have been a specific
You're
reason
welcome.
that the part was actually eaten, so we don't know.
That too. Not to mention, do you not finish your food before you move on to the next meal?
We're getting lost in the analogy. No, we have
Oh,
not
I've got
concluded the
people for
report.
that. Anyway,
It didn't care about our presence at all.
Yeah.
okay.
Or the fact that there was a giant owl bear for a while there.
That does seem rather strange that they just they just didn't give a shit.
May have been a single-minded thing. Maybe it somehow knew that the bird was the bird. Maybe it has some kind of vendetta. Seems like everything else in Heigl has one against him.
Yeah, well. Unless he's got some extremely powerful friends, I don't think he'll be coming back a second time.
Well, anyway. We talked to the Prime Guardian. He was a little bit of a sassy bitch, but he was helpful for the most part.
Huh.
He gave us some insight into, from what we described, this could be like a relatively newly made Prime Guardian, as he didn't seem to have any of the adaptations that longer-lived Prime Guardians would have.
Such as?
Well, I mean, I didn't have him go down the list. I asked him specifically if something that this guy might have the ability of, like a siren song ability, could be an adaptation, and he didn't think it was. But like the arm blade thing that the Guardian had, that seems to just be like a staple of Prime Guardians. Like that's like one of the first things they get.
I guess it could theoretically be that the first time the bard was killed, the silence field might also be some kind of adaptation.
Might have helped to have found
Oh.
out what other adaptations they develop.
It's possible there is a wide list.
I mean, I can just send him a message right now. See, like, hey, forgot to ask, what are some examples of current adaptations? Assuming he would even give out that information.
Let's circle back around to that after the rest of the information.
Yeah. Anyway, I had the idea that maybe because I asked if there was any knowledge of any rogue or exiled or criminal Prime Guardians, and he said no. They all kind of follow a rough code, although it's not like a law. It's more of a guideline thing. But as far as he knew, there wasn't anyone that actively went against the code, disturbing the peace to just kill random Dragonborn. So I thought maybe it might be an unsanctioned Prime Guardian who, someone who found out how to become a Prime Guardian, did it themselves, and are now wreaking havoc with their new powers. I asked him if he would be willing to tell us how they became a Prime Guardian, so we can maybe use that as a clue to find out who did it, follow in their footsteps type of thing. However, he will only give that information out to someone who would become a Prime Guardian. The only way to gain the knowledge to be a Prime Guardian is someone who is a Prime Guardian.
And apparently, if your mind isn't shielded, the process will drive a person insane.
I suppose it's possible. Many kinds of magic exist.
there are talks amongst many avenues of magics that are very, very lost to time and are very, very what's what I'm looking for? Uh, questionable in nature.
It's possible the adaptation is specifically for the blot rule and something about them. Let's inures them to the effect.
That too.
Okay. Not entirely relevant at the current moment. So, it's theoretically possible that somebody did attain this knowledge but went mad while undergoing the process.
It's possible, yeah, because they weren't properly shielded by going through the proper channels.
Which may explain its lack
Created a murderer?
Well,
It's
Yeah,
kind of
that's-
inconsistent nature where it's
Yeah.
bloodthirsty to kill others while it completely ignored Cyrano.
all of us.
Yeah.
All of us were close enough that it could have lunged at any of us. So
Maybe it's like
probably the closest.
Maybe it's like a primal thing where it can sense that we're like more powerful like people, and so it went after weaker prey. And that would
That's
also
potentially
explain.
the case.
That would also
That
explain
didn't go after
why.
Sheer.
Yeah, it didn't go after Sheer.
It's possible. I suppose maybe that's part of the base suite of abilities the Prime Guardians may get. They may have some innate understanding of the difficulty of the foes that it faces.
So I asked.
I would like to point out one detail as well, because you would be aware of it, K2.
Yes.
Sheer's mind is shielded because you cannot mentally communicate with him.
So he could know.
I thought I didn't. I thought I was able to mentally talk with him.
Also,
Yeah.
Briar did try as well.
Yeah, Briar tried. So
Message and
can't-
sending are different than mind reading.
yeah,
Oh.
but he can. Not that you would know the details of it, but
He
similar
can
to
choose
how
to
he
accept.
can choose to accept your message.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
It's
he
like
can
so-
completely block Briar out from
Yeah.
reading his memories.
yeah.
So.
Yeah, he's got caller ID.
Stupid dragon.
oh,
Yeah,
caller
yeah,
ID. That's a much better reference than what I was gonna say.
He's got caller ID
Someone-
and DDoS protection.
Someone is trying to collect a call. This person is. I'm not giving my name to some magic force. Would you like to accept the charges?
My name is. I'm worth the silver. We can come back to something. Thank you, everybody. Anyways,
Just put your whole message in the
Yeah.
blurb, so they don't have to actually collect it. That's funny.
fuck no. Click. Anyways,
Okay. So there's that possibility that the reason it didn't go after Sheer was because it can't sense Sheer, because he's psychically blocked or whatever.
it makes sense with all the rest of his psionic abilities.
Oh yeah. Okay. I was trying to think like what were you talking? What did I do that didn't work? I was like, because the message definitely worked. It was the fucking phantasmal killer that didn't work.
Yeah.
That's what it
Yep.
was. Okay. All right. I don't even know if I still have that spell. I might have gotten
So-
rid of it.
Is the Prime willing to help us
I do
find
have it.
this one? Then?
No, he's leaving tomorrow.
Okay.
You also didn't ask him.
That's also okay.
Honestly, I
Really?
didn't.
I could have
didn't-
sworn
No,
with him.
no, you did not.
I
No, you did
honestly, I did that on
Just
purpose.
ask how.
I didn't want
His help.
his help specifically hunting down this person because it might have.
We might put him in a bad spot.
It also might have like he might have like. It's like this person has acted against our crimes. We will take him back with us. I was like, but we already promised him the sheer type of bullshit.
Yeah, that's fair.
I didn't want to have to deal with that.
Oh,
You
you
didn't
don't
want
want
to have the political bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways,
Yeah, I specifically didn't ask for his help for that reason. And
Understandable.
but he did sound willing to turn one of us into a primal guardian, prime guardian,
Eyeball.
if we wanted to, and that would be a way of going down, like following in this one's tracks.
That seems
Excessive.
exact.
Exciting.
Excessive.
Well, I mean,
You're
we've been
pretty
walking
crucial.
around these last few days with just like a bunch of like dead ends, so sometimes you got to break a few omelets to make an egg.
That's not how
Sure.
that.
Yeah.
That's not how that works.
It's close
No,
enough.
not worth correcting.
It's just like, what's an omelet?
Oh, it's actually this really great dish from my homeland. I should make it sometime. It's really good. Omelette du fromage.
Shut the fuck up. You're so stupid.
If that is
Anyway.
if that is any of your inclination, I'm not about to stop you.
It's more the fact that, like, what else do we do so far? I mean, I guess we haven't really tried to specifically lay out a trap for said blot troll.
I mean, Sheer did that though. He tried to make himself into bait as a.
I mean, if Sheer is sonically
Yeah, but Sheer's too
blocked,
strong.
perhaps it has some kind of psionic sense. Be able to sense minds, and that's why it couldn't go after Sheer. It couldn't.
Right, but then why
Really
didn't it
sense
go after Cyrenix then?
It's also
Because
fair.
she was right there.
It's also possible it might. Perhaps coming back to the madness, maybe it has some sort of ritual where it only kills one entity a night. It already had taken the bard, therefore it would not take Xeranix.
Like it's
Or it
not
has
wasteful or
specific
something.
targets.
That's also theoretically possible. I mean, this is
Yeah, which if
the same person it has already slain before.
yeah,
it's-
and so if it
What
has
if-
specific targets, we wouldn't be able to make a trap without knowing who the target was. So unless you want to try resurrecting one of the dead people so he comes after them again.
Also, it would probably help if we knew what kind of adaptations this thing might also have.
We haven't witnessed anything in action other than
We could also ask.
I'm trying to remember.
We did.
We didn't ask.
No, we didn't. No, we
We
didn't.
didn't
No.
specifically ask like for
Yeah.
a list of
yeah.
adaptations.
Kate just said he could message him to get that.
I
We
can
are
But-
not
message
there
him.
yet.
See if he would
but
do that.
we haven't gone back around on that yet.
But first, like, I'm trying to remember because obviously the land swimming is the potion. That's not an
Land swimming is the potion.
Yeah.
We've only
Did
seen
he-
the blade.
Did he fuck? I don't remember if this was like maybe in a vision or I might just be Mandela affecting this. Did he like have some kind of like tail spike thing? Or
No,
am I misremembering?
No,
No.
his tail just hit. And,
no. It's just he thick.
Yeah.
Yeah, he picked
Oh,
one.
okay.
Yeah,
Got
it's
it.
just
It was-
damn boy he thick.
He
So
just had
he
a
got
really
strong
strong tail. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. That's how he just slammed the bard's head into the ground.
Maybe
the
I've
first time
just
and
been
also
playing
threw the
too much
dog.
Resident Evil 4. I don't know.
I think you've been playing too much Resident Evil 4.
It could also be. There are so many possibilities, but it could also be something a little bit more simpler. Is feeding frenzy basically. He feels starving until that first kill, and when he feeds, because he seemed content. No reaction towards me, just chill as if I had walked up to someone reading the paper.
I suppose each time there has been at least one thing missing.
So it could be also maybe while learning to turn themselves into a prime, it did drive them a bit insane. But in the effect, it's more of a feeding frenzy thing. They feel starving, and then that first kill and they eat, and then they're fine.
It's
Okay.
also theoretically possible if the mass expanded like that.
So
I mean,
if so, let's say the theory is the case.
okay.
So then So then we try to set up like a trap for it. How do we go about doing that? Like what's our bait? What like or are we just kind of like trying to like hover in like populated areas at night to see where it happens? Because I don't know.
There's no
Like
pattern to where it happens, though. That's the
yeah,
problem.
like other than near the docks,
Around
like,
us.
like the majority of this
Okay, well,
fucking
I
town
wouldn't
is
say that,
docks.
but
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it may well have to be on the docks, yes.
the only connection other than the single land, the
People human?
yes.
Hmm.
Sorry, I couldn't think of the name of the alchemist.
Apothecary.
Yeah.
We don't know his actual name.
No. It's more of just what technically he would be called. My brain.
Yeah.
Intuited.
Apothecary alchemist.
Yeah.
People human.
It's
Anyways.
the only connection. It's by the docks, but the docks are huge.
By the docks, and on his last death he wasn't scaled. Technically, the bard was also bore scales. Is there any significance for scales among the Prime Guardians?
Well, he mentioned that scales might have something to do with the process of becoming a Prime Guardian.
So,
Evolving.
Wait, what? Evolving?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a part of their
ritual process to get
ritual
to
process to adapt. Yeah.
Oh,
To
okay.
become a guardian. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I must have missed that detail. I didn't realize. Okay, so the scales isn't for becoming one. Scales are for getting adaptations.
Yeah, to advance their own abilities.
Oh, okay.
Which he did tell you would be roughly every 5 decades.
Right. Which this person might not know that, and so they just are going after scales with the assumption that that's
That
how
they can force it.
They can force it when they're just killing random people. It's not working. Or maybe they need like to hit like a certain scale threshold to reach that, and they happen to be around their 50-year mark.
They're using a scale XP leveling system.
God damn it.
Damn it.
Scaling XP, if you will.
Yeah, there you go.
Could it be that they need a specific kind of scales? Do you think it matters much?
Doesn't really seem to matter right now, really. It's just been.
I mean, if we're also operating on the theory that this is someone who wasn't originally a plot troll, they might not know that it might have to be a specific kind of scale.
They might also not know about the 50-year gestation period.
It's also
What
possible.
if that's the issue, too?
Hmm.
They're not born Blottroll. They know nothing of their society. They know nothing, but they somehow learned this ritual.
It's theoretically possible, yeah.
Like, if it's to
it
drive you
would-
mad with matters of the deep waters, it would only make it worse with someone who's never experienced it.
It would also explain why this Prime Guardian has somehow gone undetected even amongst the Bluffle populace here. They might still harbor some kind of fear against their own kind, despite having become one of them. It's theoretically
I just thought of a question for the stupid Prime Guardian, but I freaking.
So it would have been nice if all of us could have gone.
Then another
Go
question
back.
about the scales.
I don't think we're super. He's gonna be there till tomorrow morning. We could always just go back.
Brian, what was your question?
Oh, my question for him was going to be if he could maybe explain to me what this potion does, or well, this vial of Blottrel Tears.
Didn't we ask the first Blottrel about that?
Yeah,
Well,
but this is a prime.
yeah, the
Guardian.
prime might have more insight.
He might also say, "No, now give it here. You shouldn't have that."
Just remember, the normal Blottrels don't really seem to know shit.
That's true. That's true.
It's like, you know, asking a fucking random person off the street to explain nuclear radiation.
Yeah.
A person.
Well, have you
is
ever played
smart.
the game Fallout?
Stop.
No, me either.
We're not getting into this. It was just.
I've never
just
played.
an analogy.
I've never played Fallout before, so I've got nothing to say on the matter. It was a joke.
Anyways,
And he was specifically. What did he say again when he was like, "Yeah, one of you can turn and we can make one of you a guardian, but it
it would
won't
be
do
a
you
bad
any
idea
good."
because you can't breathe underwater.
Right, but that.
Yeah.
And because our
Immediately
minds aren't
breathe underwater.
shielded.
Right, but that just makes me think that it's not inherently something to do with
The
like
sea or like
the sea and
underwater.
underwater. Like,
It might
You
just
can-
be some kind of morphic process.
yeah, you could be a prime guardian of the land, as I put it.
Mm.
If there's a
It's-
process prime other than blood chugging, apparently, do you think there's also a process to become Blottrel?
I mean, I almost became a Blottrel once.
Yeah,
Weird that I've had to say that.
That's what I mean without the blood chugging.
Oh. I mean, I pull out my Blottrel Tears, maybe.
Without tear checking either.
Well, I mean, I don't actually know if this works. I don't know what this does, but
I want you to know, I really wanted to sit there and just be like, do it.
I learned my lesson about drinking things.
Good.
It only took 2 years.
Did she, though?
Yeah.
More
Yeah.
or less.
The last time I guess to be fair, the last time I drank that I shouldn't have actually wasn't really that long ago. It was
Last
in the
night?
crypt. No, that was alcohol. That doesn't count.
Still.
That doesn't count. No. I also don't think I wrote down. I remember K2 and I didn't we just take like random potions from that?
Yes, you did.
I think I still have them in my inventory.
Yeah, you. I think you have. Did you take them? I don't remember.
I
'cause
did
remember
take them, yes.
How many did we? We took 2, 3.
Hold on, let me look at my
I think we all
random
took
list
3.
of shit.
Because I
I've
actually
got-
didn't write it down.
Yeah,
I have
just,
one green vial and one blue vial from Death's house. Is that
Mhm.
what I put?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Still
Yeah,
don't
so I
know
just-
what those do either.
So I just have the 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We took one each, and then okay.
All right. So, do we want to go ask some more questions? Do we want to figure out this trap scenario? Or do we want to talk about who's going to become the chosen one?
If you survive.
If you survive, yeah.
We could ask Shia to become the chosen one.
he will
So
not.
I vote Sheer.
I do not think Sheer will be down.
I mean, who knows? He might be tempted by the prospect of being a land Blottrel.
Also, I don't
No.
like. I think there's still a very real possibility that we'll have to fight him at some point.
Yeah, I
and
don't really want to make him.
I
You know
don't.
what?
I don't want to give him a free upgrade.
Yeah.
Fair. That's actually a fair point.
Yes, no, I agree. That
I-
makes sense.
I think that would go against his orders prescription, shall we say.
So he's a coward.
I mean, he
If
did
you
run
wanted
away.
Yeah, it sounds like a yes.
We could ask more questions, but that doesn't necessarily get us anywhere. With the plan of a trap, we could at least have something that we can attempt to act on.
But we have no clue how to go about setting up this trap.
We don't, but it's still something.
Is it?
Well, let's hash it out then. How are we gonna do this then?
Well, it doesn't necessarily seem like it's.
Have we actually checked if there's any relation at all to like where these people were?
Yes.
Killed?
I checked it
Yes.
already. Yeah.
And we looked into if there's any connection between all the said people.
We
No, I
don't
know
know
that,
where they
but I was
are.
just curious.
No one knows any of them. That's
Yeah.
we haven't been able to.
Yeah, they've all come on like different like refugee ships that like with no documentation. Like the only like
Assumed we don't even know that for sure, honestly.
yeah, like the only thing that we have connecting these people together is they all seem to go to this fucking speed dating bar.
Yeah.
Well, there's our one lead.
Right.
We
and
tried that.
we tried that.
investigated it, yeah.
We
And-
tried that, and someone died without our knowledge.
Yeah.
And fucking sees everything over here, pointing at Thale, was outside, and he didn't see anything.
I did my best. I was looking, I promise.
Yeah, but you guys were too busy trying to get dates rather than looking in for information.
Yeah,
I was there.
We're not
too.
the lookers.
Nothing happened.
We're
I was
the
watching.
lookers.
Currently, K2 and I, like, our eyes are looking in separate directions. We're definitely not the lookers.
That hasn't worn off yet. He said 2 hours.
No,
Yeah,
I
it's-
know. I was
it's
just,
gone.
I
Been
know. I
gone
was just,
for a while.
I know. It was,
No,
it was
no,
just
but
funny.
no. I feel like now they're doing it, but it's a subconscious thing rather
Yeah.
than being forced. So they're still doing it.
Still
but they-
blinking, like,
yeah.
separately.
Yeah, it's still happening.
We're doing it now just to creep out Darkalion.
Yeah. Not
Yeah,
just
yeah.
looking at him and only winking.
Yeah.
Right now,
Yeah,
he's not looked at
exactly.
you for a good 2 hours.
Yeah, exactly. It was their single brain cell finally connected with the plan of fuck with people,
How do we?
as
fuck
it
with
usually
Darkalion?
does.
When this wears off, we keep acting like it's a problem.
Yeah. He'll never know.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, though. Is, yeah, they were getting dates. I was sitting there watching everything.
Yeah.
Nothing happened. The
Also,
only thing
it'd be
that
really
happened
weird
was
if
the bard
once-
left, and that's it. There was no one who followed him. There was no, like, there was nothing. So there's nothing that pointed out, hey, that one I want to eat. Like,
Yeah, I had a bird's eye view outside, and I still didn't see anything.
I'm just
You
saying,
think-
maybe we didn't see a connection, but that is the only lead that we have that has any of them really connected. So
Have we ruled
Waiting.
out? Have we ruled out the fact that it's only the Blottrell working on their own?
no.
Not.
No. I tried to see if it was possible that he might have adapted some magic stuff, but it doesn't sound like it, which leads me to believe there's still a spellcaster that's assisting
Is
him. In these
Could it
spells.
be that the person that's like somebody at this bar is marking people, and then when they leave, the Blottrell is able to tell which one to go for?
But how would they mark anybody?
Well, during the speed dating, you can touch, you can do all sorts of stuff.
Right, but how? I'm this is legitimately asking. How would they mark it so that we could look out for it, though? That's
What if they were marking them with like a pheromone that the
Mhm.
creature was like picking up on? Something that we wouldn't notice because it might just be like really like heavy cologne or perfume or some shit.
something that the Blottrell specifically knows to check
Something.
for.
Something we can't exactly detect.
it's something we can't sense, but they can.
That is.
Would have some explanation as to why it continued on its course of consuming the bard while not attacking Saranax.
a controlled frenzy.
Exactly.
Yeah, and it has a target. Target is marked. Because if you think about it, it would just be, why would it stop at one? You know, every time it goes to kill, it's one specifically, and seems odd, especially when it has opportunity to definitely take more.
Mhm.
Not like there's only
I
one
can't remember. Did
person
we-
wandering around at a time.
Did we?
Did we ever like get the information of if there was someone who went to the speed dating every single night?
We've only gone there the once, so.
Well,
but
no, I
yeah.
don't remember if like.
No,
We didn't ask any questions really while we were there. We were just like, woo, speed dating!
Yeah,
Okay. I just
Yeah,
We never
didn't
really considered at the
remember.
time.
yeah.
Yeah.
So no, we have not considered that.
Okay.
I look over
What I
at
said,
K2
we're
like
talking about
round
the
2.
speed dating.
Yeah, we also don't know if they would surrender that information.
Briar, did anyone
They might. They're desperate.
stick out to you that seemed strange?
Yes,
The
all of
entire
them.
situation.
Everyone, yeah.
Yeah, there was this guy with white hair.
This guy's
Apple
kinda sexy.
eyes. Yeah, he was a weirdo.
Because there was one interaction that was very unusual.
you talking about the woman?
The woman that took one look at me and said, "No, that never happens."
Oh, God forbid somebody has standards.
Oh.
Why?
She said my aura was all wrong. I took it as
Yes.
some weird hippie shit, but maybe
You said something about my aura too, but I already
Yes.
forgot.
maybe because we weren't prime targets for her.
It's possible, I suppose.
But
I kind of raise my hand close to K2, and I'm like, I don't know, your aura seems fine to me.
but why would they mark the Triton and not the 2 Dragonborn?
You weren't part of the speed dating.
I was
you weren't in
there!
this- No,
You
but
were
was
there.
separate.
No,
The
but
speed
there were
dating
two other
section was
Dragonborn.
Yeah, there were 2 Dragonborn during the
Yeah,
speed
yeah,
dating.
because there was Midnight, and then there was another female Silver, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, considering the disposition of our local
Wait.
bard,
Have all the
No, there was a kobold once, wasn't there?
have all
There,
of
there
the
was a
dead?
couple.
Hold on a second. Have all of the dead?
Individuals been male.
Yeah.
Yes, as far as
Yeah.
we're aware. The only one we're not.
And-
The only one we're not.
Male,
The only one we're not sure of is the kobold.
and the
The,
male Dragonborn
The
Was-
white
left
white
with Briar.
Dragonborn was,
Was
a female.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
The first one.
I was gonna
Oh,
say
first
if
death.
they only go after male and the only male one left with Briar, then
Well, yeah, and also at that point, the bard had been dead for, we assume, a bit.
oh well, there you go.
Yeah, because the bard was dead probably about a good minute after he bolted.
by that logic, it would mean that the bard did something to warrant wanting to be dead, wanting to be killed.
I mean,
Is that surprising to you?
No.
I mean, he might have not done anything. The other, we don't know. He could have just been
victim of circumstance.
the chosen one.
Having been
Twice as lucky.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, actually, he was fated to be the doom of the blotch roll.
I mean, there is, at least from my studies, when dealing with animals, at least, there is precedent for one being considered sort of the black sheep and being taken out in a certain population because they're not considered mateable.
Not sure if that
Right.
applies here for this situation.
Like the consideration of sentient beings as animals. Well, the three of you were there once. It definitely could be worth investigating to see if there are any repeats there.
She just kind of looks at him for a second. It's just, if you hated me that much, you could have just said so.
I'm not asking you to participate, Serenix. I know better than that.
Also, I guess, okay, so technically, K2 and I already went and did the speed dating
Mhm.
and weren't chosen. So, wouldn't it be better if not us went again? You don't have to go. You were also in the bar and you weren't picked either, so.
Looks to
Savage
Kale
wasn't.
or Callian.
Don't look at me.
Yeah, it was just Serenix that was
I
Yeah,
guarantee you
yeah.
I won't be chosen.
Are you sure?
What?
I mean, some people are into the mask thing.
What if I go as Salvix?
You can
You
go
can do that?
right ahead.
It's possible.
I suddenly look just like Salvix.
Oh, that's
Oh, you can do that. That's impressive.
Is this
You showed
another
it off
trick from the
before.
homeland?
Me and
I wonder
himself
how
look like
well-
Shira one day.
I wonder how well the illusion holds up.
You gonna poke him?
I'm gonna take my spear and hand it to see if K2 can hold it.
I can hold the spear.
Yeah.
It's when you kind of like poke my arm or like my shoulder that where your armor is,
Or
your
your
hand just
snout.
kind of goes through.
How tall is K2?
He's
Not as tall as you.
yeah, he's not
Well,
as tall
well,
as you. Like he's
well,
a
well,
decent
well,
height,
but-
but
Yeah, but like disguise self, I think is like explicitly like a foot.
oh yeah,
Yeah, like
K2 is
yeah.
6'1".
Oh yeah. So you can match.
Boom.
Yeah, you can match my height. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
It was just more to make sure, like, because I couldn't remember. I keep thinking K2 is shorter than that. Because I keep
Yeah, I don't know why everybody has this
because he's a
picture.
spellcaster, and
Yeah.
my mental image of spellcasters is always just small. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Tall,
but
frail guy.
because
Like no,
because he gives off gremlin energy, and most gremlins are small.
yeah,
gremlin
yeah,
energy.
yeah.
Okay.
Except in the case of the big scaled one.
That's the
Salvus is
most
related to.
insulting thing I've ever heard.
Yeah. Anyways, it's
K2 is
Possible.
taken aback by gremlin energy.
That's fine. I'm much more charming than a gremlin.
if
Back
Okay.
to the disguise thing. I think if they go to touch, the illusion would be broken on their end, so that
Right.
may
Well,
not
it's
work.
only his armor.
Only
Why would
his
you go
heart-
speed
no,
dating
if
in
they
armor?
caress the face or something like that, is what I'm saying.
You could also preface personal space before interacting with somebody.
Yeah, but if they need to interact in some way for it to.
What if they just want to hold my hand and then it doesn't feel scaly?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
yeah,
So-
there's also the problem of no matter how much K2 is like tall-ish, K2 does not have Salvix's build.
So
he's kind of just standing in like an illusion bubble.
Yeah.
Sarex just like slowly looks at her brother with like absolute fucking glee. So what I'm hearing is the best option is for you to go.
Yeah.
Promise I won't tell Pawn.
I mean, it's one
Mostly.
night. It's one night.
It's not like you're going to actually find a date. You're looking.
There is a
But if you wanted to.
there is a particular look.
It is purely to, aid
That,
in an investigation.
Strictly
That-
business.
There's just a particular look that Salvix has towards Serenix that anyone who has siblings would be very familiar with.
Oh yeah.
Of just
Yeah, I know the look.
I fucking hate you.
yeah.
She
I hate
is
that-
No,
absolutely
it's more of I want to hate you, but I can't.
She is
Yeah.
absolutely delighted right now.
I hate that you have a point.
I'd go in, but I can guarantee you it just would not work for me.
I don't. Who knows?
You don't know that.
Look, people are. Well, I'm not gonna say it, but there's a market for somebody like you, tall, dark, and mysterious.
And if they saw me without the mask, they'd go running away.
I know.
Not everybody.
Again, there's a market for that.
There's also people that can look past surface level imperfections.
I don't think we're offering you up for the chopping block today, Dr. Allen.
Look, I mean,
If you don't
They
wish
can,
to,
they can
you
look
don't have
past
to.
the imperfections, but not that early in a relationship. So
Remember,
We're not.
we're not sending you to actually find romance here. We're sending you to effectively be bait to die. It's not. I don't think they're gonna care too much. Hate to be the bearer of realistic news, but it really doesn't matter. I don't think
the
Dargalion.
real question being, did either of you have any shared interactions other than this one woman?
Did you have the charming elf gentleman at all?
No,
No, you
had...
hugged him all night, you bitch.
No, I hogged him after the
I know.
dating was done.
I know. I'm just being a dick.
I also had the guy who couldn't speak.
The guy who couldn't speak?
Oh.
Or no, not that he couldn't speak, he couldn't hear, right? Was he deaf?
Yeah,
Or was he mute?
deaf. He was deaf.
I can't remember.
Either or, he was signing at you.
Yeah.
So, it could be either or both.
Yeah. So there's him too. We just kind of sat there. He said things that I did not understand.
Didn't understand. At least he was nice about it, though.
And there was, the strange woman, and then whatever his name was.
The guy you left.
Yeah, that one.
Oh, Midnight.
Like I said, whatever his
Midnight,
name
yeah,
was.
that's it.
Oh,
Yeah.
I now remember why I chose to forget that.
You mean to tell me is... Anyways, not relevant. Right. So... I suppose it would behoove us to have at least one of you in there as well, just to identify anyone that you recognized from the night before.
Yeah.
It might also help for someone else to maybe ask some of the other patrons. I'm sure that there might be at least one that maybe doesn't participate in the speed dating, but likes to people watch. It's possible they know. They
What
know.
time does the speed dating start again?
It's like sundown.
Sundown.
So
How far are we to sundown?
Pretty damn far.
Yeah, just woke up.
Well,
Oh, I
my
did not
main
just
thing was just there's a possibility that they could have been chosen even before speed dating, right?
That is true.
It's theoretically possible, yes. But
Just right now, speed dating is kind of our only.
we don't.
It's our only
we don't.
lead.
Right. Well, I was more asking so like someone can keep an eye out.
No, we're not all going in. Some of us are staying out.
What are you trying to say, Kurt?
I was just trying to ask so we all in general can think whoever goes can try and keep an eye out if they're the people watcher person. Maybe one person seems just really interested and touchy and then just backs off and fucks off. Like as soon as speed dating starts. That's
Well, I don't think everybody should go to the speed dating side. I think it should either be a split or like one person at least should not be speed dating.
Yeah, but I don't think that's what she's suggesting.
No.
I can go in and watch. I won't date.
Yeah, like set Salvix up as the bait. Have either or Briar or K2 because they were there the first night, so they could identify anyone that's a repeat.
Yeah.
And then have someone else trying to chat up other patrons to see if they notice any trends.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think that's what Chris is trying to say is to see if these okay.
is if we get there before speed dating starts. Watch the
Gotcha.
people. Is there anyone who pays one person a lot of attention, speed dating starts, and they leave? Like they're
Gotcha.
super interested and then they leave. If they're super touchy and then just suddenly they
just
instantly
fuck
are
off.
interested and then fuck off. Or, hey, that person seems to be like talking to someone else. Like, oh yeah, that's just keep.
As if they do the marking before the event even starts.
I did think of something else.
Okay.
Another person that both Briar and I did interact with that night.
Doorman.
The person that ran the whole thing, yes. The person that gave us our little, like, name cards.
Oh shit, that's entirely possible. There could be some discrete system there. Potentially put it on a...
Hell, even the bartender, if you think about it.
There are a lot of potentialities here, yes.
Alright,
Well-
so basically one person needs to
hold
go
on.
and start drinking now.
Hold on.
If it was the like the person running the whole thing, they wouldn't even have to touch us.
Nope.
Because
Name
they
cards.
the name card could be the mark, could be have
name
the
card could be the
pheromone
mark.
on it.
Correct. They could have one set off to the side, all cleverly disguised in the stack.
And if you want, I can go and start drinking now. I can guarantee I won't get drunk.
This is very true.
I'm
That,
a perfect patsy for that.
that might be a decent idea. Because for all we know, if it isn't the doorman, maybe the individual in question would set up earlier and observe.
Because at least with Dark Alien doing what he does best, he can be a passive observer and not rouse suspicion unless they question how many drinks he's had.
Did we leave with our name cards? Did they take them from us when we left?
You're allowed to leave with them, yeah.
So
Kevin,
no,
Do you
they did
still
not.
have them?
Yeah.
Brian is still probably wearing hers.
Yeah, I never took it off.
Yeah. Even though it's probably been ruined by the water.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello, my name is Briar.
I pull out my Kevin card.
I just picture it's
Fair
how my
enough.
name is stickers.
Yeah, probably.
Quick question, K2. Your mental connection that you can do, how long does that last with people so you can communicate telepathically?
1 hour.
1 hour. Okay, so that wouldn't work if I start drinking now.
Right. Yeah. There would. It would make more sense, like, for me to like go with you in order to send messages to the other people in case something happens. There would be no way for you to let us know without doing that first.
Okay, and I'm assuming it's a touch spell? Or is it
The-
a visual spell for you to cast that?
Oh, the mind link?
Yeah.
That's just like a
30 feet.
proximity thing.
Yeah, it's 30 feet for the initial cast.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it takes me 10 minutes to cast it though.
Ah, gotcha.
I can also cast it, but I can't ritual cast it, and it makes me ouchy to do so.
It
So-
does make you ouchies.
Yeah.
Makes
If
me
we
ouchy
need
to cast anything.
if we need a fast one, it's him. If we need a more
yeah. If we have the
costly
time,
one, it'd be me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. If we have the time, yeah, then K2 is a good option. Yeah, I can just do it instant, but it
Fair
costs
enough, good
45
to know.
HP. Yeah, and it only lasts an hour, so
Mhm.
we get 1 hour of feedback and then silence until we all got there again. Okay.
I'm just saying you can connect with me before I go, and then once you guys all decide to go, you can connect with them before you all enter, and I can just tell you what I learned before it ends. If I learned anything.
That's true.
Or one of you could even come up to the bar and strike up a conversation with me, and we can talk about what I've seen. And that way, that person who's connected to everybody else can pass on said information. This could work.
It's a worthwhile endeavor.
If it pans out at all, but I mean, it's a shot.
Even if it doesn't, it's still us trying to do something.
Exactly.
I would rather us be trying to do something and failing than not doing anything at all because we don't know what to do.
There's only one caveat though to this plan.
That being,
Darkalion, you're not allowed to die again.
I thought that was.
I
thought that was.
I can't make that promise.
Pinky swear.
Okay.
It's a triple pinky swear.
And he will hold up his pinky.
and that's when it turns out that when he was resurrected, he has no pinkies.
They took his pinkies.
All right. And you go to wrap your
Get
hand
shit
around
out
his
here.
gloved pinky, and you find no pinky. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And-
get his shit out here.
And as we pinky swear, I cast Fateful Promise. No, just kidding.
I guess,
Hell would that
yes.
even do?
It makes whatever you promise happen.
I fake contract.
It's kind of like a wish, but I don't have that spell yet.
Yeah.
Okay, just to make sure that I got it right on who all's going. Darkallion's gonna be inside
They're
lookout.
gonna go now.
What?
Okay, sorry, go ahead.
Darkallion's gonna be the inside lookout in general, so he's just gonna be there before, after, during crowd. Briar and K2? Briar or K2?
I don't think we've decided
Or
which.
Briar?
I mean,
K2.
yeah.
Salvix.
Yeah. I mean, I did say that it would be really fun if we did it again, so, this is fine.
Yeah, at that point, Serenix definitely starts laughing again. Okay, do we think we actually need anyone else inside?
I don't particularly think so, no.
Well,
Unless-
Darkallon, you're pretty perceptive, right?
Fairly.
Okay. I wasn't sure if we
Or do we
wanted
wanna
Fail
have-
inside or not,
Yeah,
just to
do we
see
wanna
if
have
it is.
Two
Yeah.
people
I mean, it wouldn't
inside
hurt.
lookout?
Yeah, would
Double
feel-
coverage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like it's better to cover the interior because that's where all the shady shit's gonna happen, and so like needing someone outside is less important when we want to make sure we catch everything inside.
And
So
out
if
of
we're,
I have a +8, so
Where
let's-
Fail has a plus 500 or something.
I
yeah,
think we
that's
both have like
proficient, so.
10 to 15.
yeah. At that point, not super relevant. There, isn't much relevance in us having more than a couple of people outside, if only for the fact of,
Oh, right, he's AFK. And I think his.
yeah, all we'd really need is at least like one person outside that's connected to the people that are inside.
well, yes, but just for the simple fact of last time we had 4 people out there and still something happened without our knowledge.
Right.
Admittedly aided
Can you hear
by
me?
silencing
Oh, we
them.
also didn't
we-
know
now,
what we were
yes.
looking for at the time, so.
Okay.
Did you miss anything? Do we need
I heard my name. I just got back from putting down beans. I heard my name, and then I was asking like, "Hey, what about me?" And then you guys carried on with the conversation.
Yeah, we
So
didn't hear
I'm
you at
just
all.
asking.
We were thinking about having you inside as a second eyes for inside lookout.
'Cause,
I can do that. I've got a passive perception of 26, so.
Yeah, that's why we
Yeah.
were thinking you.
either you or me, because we have a.
Yeah. So it would basically be like Kate or Darkallon and Thale kind of acting as inside lookouts. K2 or Briar to basically be like, yeah, these are the people who were here the last time we were here,
Mm-hmm.
and also potentially to kind of schmooze up any of the other patrons to see if they would know anything further about any of these people who are recurring.
Mm-hmm.
And then Salvik says the bait.
Works for me.
Where's
Cool.
Kassam in this? Is he outside?
Yes.
It's up to you guys, because I
I-
can
He
get
can't
the
be in
bird's
the
eye
bar.
view.
I would assume that we would keep Kassam, Serenix, and if both don't go in, either K2 or Briar outside, just in case.
With
Because-
this, I'm kind of thinking because we were close. You guys were close enough before to at least like see the door and see what shit. But that's how we
Mhm.
missed something. So maybe
Have,
having
have spread out.
a bit further back towards the docks themselves.
It's not a bad idea.
Do a bit. Have me and Sentinel do a bit more of like a roll
Zone
patrol.
Yeah.
Sort of a flying patrol of the guy for a bit.
Alright.
Yeah, because he got ambushed like 300 feet from the entrance.
Something like that, yeah.
God?
About 300.
Okay. So yeah, probably have people posted up about 250.
Okay, so a rolling patrol from the sky should be fine then.
Yeah. I guess have Kasam and Sentinel like pulling a wide loop, and then have like
Since flying and dashing, I could do like 80 feet.
Mhm.
Terrifying to think an owlbear just flying circles above somebody.
Yeah, it really is. They're like incredibly menacing bumblebees. Doesn't make any fucking sense.
Bumblebees.
What?
Bumblebees.
Okay. That's what I thought you were laughing at, but I wasn't sure.
Now I'm just picturing a bumblebee like flying over someone's head, and like the path that they're flying is like bee flight pattern speech for like "fuck you, you bitch." It's like
And the bee is also the size of an owlbear.
yes.
Well, he has to be because he has to be like super fucking chunky and dumb.
And if Krista saw a bumblebee of that size, she would die.
It freaked me out honestly, but yes.
Well, yeah, it would be cute but terrifying.
What if
Okay.
he came up to you and was like, "Hi, Krista"?
we're done.
Worse. That's awful.
We're done.
Okay. So we have our plan for tonight. Darkalian's going to go to the bar now to pretend to get drunk all day or whatever.
Wait, how many hours away is this to start?
It's like 12 hours.
Oh, that's
like
very early.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably like, yeah.
I'd say like maybe an hour or two before you guys go, or before it really starts.
Okay.
Ah, man, you can't
12
drink all day if
hours?
you don't start in the morning.
Yeah, anybody that's going to be sitting
That's
there for
a lot of
12
money.
hours
It's gonna be
that
more
doesn't get
sus.
drunk, they're going to notice
Yeah.
something's up.
So it's gonna be more sus
true.
than showing up there now in High Gulf.
But-
anywhere else you show up middle of the fucking morning, no one would give a shit. High Gulf, you're gonna get looks. They're gonna notice.
But Darkalion, we've been practicing your fake drunk. You're natural.
I mean, I can get drunk. I can just clear it up instantly.
Exactly. That's what makes you such a great fake drunk, because you're actually drunk until you're not.
You're overcomplicating it.
Okay. Anyways.
So yeah, I'll go a couple hours early at least.
Okay, so
Nah.
that's the
Now.
plan for tonight. What are we doing now until then?
Asking the Prime the couple other questions.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I got. I don't know.
All right.
Well, yeah, finish asking those other questions that we didn't get to. And I imagine we'll probably just be keeping an eye out in case he's already struck.
It hasn't happened in the middle of the day before, though.
Yeah, it's been like 2 hours.
I-
Say we've been talking here for like half an hour, 2.5 hours.
No.
All right, let's go talk to him then.
Yay!
We're gonna actually go talk to him, or we're gonna send him a message.
Well, let's actually go talk to him. That way, I have an excuse to go to bed in real life.
But
Fair.
Because I asked all my questions.
Gonna have to cast water breathing a second time though.
Yeah, that's fine. It's free.
But it lasts for like 8 hours.
It lasts for
Well,
24, but only half the
not
party
all of
was
us have
with me
it.
when I cast it.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So I have to recast it on everybody else.
Yeah.
So I will do that, and then I will bounce.
Okay, bye.
Have a good night. Unless Josh
Hey.
is going to say that combat's about to happen because he's mad that we brought Dragonborn. No. All right, cool. Good night, everybody.
Theoretical speculation. I don't know.
listen, we never expect to be in combat, and then.
Yeah, unless we started ourselves.
Sometimes we don't even mean to start it, and then we do.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys go down to the Prime Guardian.
Back down to the waves. Yay! Cool.
My main thing was, do we have to ask where to find again, or he just there?
At this point, he's out and about, so you'd be able to find him.
Yeah, he's bigger than anyone else.
I don't fucking know.
I know.
Might have been sleeping.
No, he has evolved beyond the need for sleep. God, I wish. Cool. Yeah, nobody mentioned they spoke common, so I'm going to cast tongues on myself because I don't know.
Mood.
Yeah?
How much is that? 20. Lame.
Well, I would say, too, as you approach him, he does greet you in common.
I would have cast it beforehand.
Yeah, fair.
Because last time we tried to cast a spell for Blotch Rolls, that they ran off, which is fair.
This Blotch doesn't give a fuck.
Well, I also don't want him to try to stab me. I want to try
Yeah, that
to
might
keep
hurt a
things
little
civil.
bit.
Yeah, I want to try to keep things civil.
Just a bit. Cool. So we get closer, and he goes, "Hi, what's up?"
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, she says, greetings, land folk.
Whoa, wasn't told that. Okay, hi.
Aye.
So I know you aren't able to tell us about coming a prime. That's fine. Cool. What are some of the adaptations that you do know of? That if this is an older one that we could look out for?
Yes, we've spoken about that. It seems that none of the physical characteristics that were mentioned had any indication that they had evolved beyond the standard Guardian.
Physical.
Would all adaptations require some level of physical change?
Not necessarily, but the most common ones do.
What are the most common ones?
The most common one you would have already encountered, the hidden blade in the arm.
Okay. What else is there? Truthfully, we haven't interacted with this other one too much to for sure say it's not an older prime or not.
The only possible adaptation we could think of is maybe the generation of a field of silence.
As in... what?
As in like a magical field of silence where no sound can be emitted?
Yes.
That doesn't sound like an evolution.
So far, no primes have exhibited any arcane, how should I say, talents.
Abilities.
That too.
Well, I mean, some advanced... some other Blatro plus some Guardians can use magic in an arcane nature. I can't. The words you speak at me I don't understand, but it depends on who they've learned from. It's not a common thing in our society to teach.
But it can be done through practice.
Yes, it's just not an evolution. It's not an adaptation.
Would have to be
Guardians.
Would have to be something they would have already had prior to their transformation.
Or learned it while A guardian.
Yes.
It's not out of the question. You just asked if it was an adaptation. It is not.
So you, okay? So there's no natural inclination toward any magic.
No. Not in this instance, at least. Our compatriots did mention that there was something to do with scales and how that interacts with your adaptations and their coming about. Is there any particular kind of scale that actuates that, or?
If I told you any more details, I would put you at risk.
For instance, someone of his kind, or are we talking more like fish?
I think that is still privileged information. Alright.
Magic isn't uncommon. Do you know of any other Black Trolls who had learned magic?
I know quite a few that have learned basic levels of magic.
But not being an arcane practitioner yourself, it's difficult to tell which might have the abilities we're seeking.
I have no idea.
Understood.
Magic has never been my interest.
Fair.
The families that are here have informed me that there is somebody that they trust that knows magic that you could potentially ask questions to, though.
The Queen?
Yep.
Correct.
Yes, their defender.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. This,
Do you know how she was named their defender? That's something new I haven't heard yet.
I do not know the story.
a little odd, though.
What do you find odd about it?
Nothing. It's just that this title has never come up on the surface at all. When
It wouldn't.
we
It's
men-
not
you
a
mentioned
service
it.
title.
It wouldn't have any relevance on the surface.
Yeah.
She's the defender of the Blottrel. Whether the people on the surface care or not is to them.
Yeah.
I do not think she particularly cares if they know or don't, as long as the Blottrel remain undisturbed. I don't suppose you have any particular insight into the kind of madness that might be wrought on somebody who is unprepared to attain the knowledge that you could grant as a guardian.
What do you mean?
As in, one afflicted by such a madness could be driven to homicidal insanity or anything of the like?
I misunderstand you. What do you mean by madness? Which madness are you speaking of?
You cannot tell us of the secrets to become a guardian because such things would potentially assault our minds, correct?
The secrets themselves will not assault your minds. The entities seeking those secrets will. And they will
Okay.
kill you for them.
So they would kill, not drive insane necessarily.
Your head would explode.
Then that puts an end to that line of questioning very well.
I would prefer to keep my head.
Well, I'm not seeking the secrets. I was wondering if perhaps this individual had them and was driven insane by them, but that answers the question. No.
Noted. You seek those secrets, you do not have a head anymore. It's a good thing we sought prior.
So
It's a good thing that the Watro is a good creature and not a bad one, and just refuses to tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, homie could have just been like, here's the information, enjoy your fucking insanity.
Yeah, enjoy secrets that make your head go pop. Because they're that good.
I have a question for you that has nothing to do with the whole Guardian process, so maybe you'll be able to answer. Do you happen to know what Blottrel tears could do if ingested?
If ingested by what?
A surface
By
well.
by a surface dweller, by not a Blottrel, maybe, or even by a Blottrel, I guess, both.
By a Watro, it does nothing. They are tears. You can drink your own tears and be unaffected.
A surface dweller, however.
Well, by anybody not a Watro, anything could happen. It is entirely indicative of who you are as a person.
What do you mean?
Have you heard of the phrase karma?
Yes.
Yes.
If you are a good person, good things come naturally to you. If you are a bad person, bad things come naturally to you. Or are supposed to, at least. If you are relatively in the middle of morality, it is unpredictable what could happen.
Good or bad could happen in either proportion.
Really leading into the name, fuck around and find out.
Yes.
And then if you're a bad person, bad things happen. Okay.
Yes.
But what's the thing that happens? Or it's random, it's nobody really knows until it happens. It's different every time.
It depends on the person.
Could you give me an example of what has happened
This
in the
is
past?
really funny because all I can picture is her like sweating as saying this because she drank it already. I know she didn't,
If
but
Yeah. So what happened? Yeah. What happens if I drink expired milk? You would get sick. Who should I call if I drank expired milk?
the Guardian takes a second and looks at you, Briar, and just like stares intently as its eyes begin to glow yellow.
Oh, I was about to say I stare back, and I'm like, well, I guess I'm still staring back.
No,
But now it's a little
yeah, like defiant stare, and then like, oh shit, stare.
No, like, damn, I really gotta stop staring at people. It never seems to end well.
Yeah. Every time I stare at somebody, they take it as fuck around and find out, and I'm the one finding out.
Yeah. Gonna get fuck around and find out tattooed on Briar's forehead.
Yeah.
That could be right.
Is that a threat or a warning? Yes.
He pauses after staring into your soul.
Cool.
Nice.
What'd you find?
Nothing.
He begins to process everything and then says, well, for example, on the lower tier of things I've known to occur, if somebody of a thieving past were to drink the tears, they could be stolen from.
So
Okay.
it takes
So it
events of one's
speeds up
past and
karma.
puts it in one's future.
Briar just thinking to herself, like, he was dead. It's fine.
This is basically a direct path to the find out after you fuck around.
Yeah. This is liquid find out.
This is, yeah.
We're gonna speed run the find out, okay? Let's
Yeah, it's pass
There we go,
go, but do
session
not
title.
collect $200.
Yeah, go straight to jail.
Yeah, depending. If you got the bad karma, it's go straight to jail. And do not collect $200. And
If
then
you died and come back, you will die again. Ooh.
On the grander scheme of things, if, let's say, a serial killer were to drink the tears, they could very soon find themselves and all of their living ancestors dead.
Oh,
Oh.
their living ancestors.
Yes, dead. Well, living relatives.
Yeah, I was like, hang on a second. This is such a strange sentence.
The family tree is burnt up from the roots.
Yeah, I was like, hang on.
Yes, my mistake.
William. I don't like how that was an option.
Of course,
So then-
other heinous crimes would be met with such. Or if you are a saint and donate fortunes to the needy, you may find that you receive fortunes.
Interesting.
Or if a very kind librarian who hands out knowledge could also receive knowledge. Typically, the tears bring about a repeat of the past in some form or another.
But where the imbiber is the recipient rather than the one doing the action.
Yes.
So in Darkalian's head, he's sitting there thinking, so if I
Will it
can't
give me my
murder
face
people...
back?
No. So if I can't murder people, and if I
Will it make me immortal?
will I not die? He's literally running that through his head right
yeah. Okay, running the numbers real quick, just like, hey, wait a minute. Life hack? Life hack? Yeah! Well, give me my face back.
Maybe.
No. Damn it.
If my face was taken away, will it give it back? Oh.
Bear just ponders this for a
I
moment.
know I
Like,
had another line of questioning, but now I can't remember what it was.
I also have another one, but that was the main one. I was like, man, someone's got to know. If someone's going to know what
Yeah.
Blotch Tier 2, it's going to be freaking Blotchrimus Prime. So,
Is that our nickname for him now? Block
Yes.
Prime?
all Prime Guardians will be Blotchrimus Prime, which doesn't really work because Prime and
How-
is like, you know.
How do we make this one into the one we're trying to kill into Megatron?
Ooh, true.
Mega Blot.
Blotchicons.
In disguise.
Blotchicons roll out.
Ew. We're done. Yeah, if you still remember your question, ask it while I'm trying to remember what the fuck I wanted to say.
Yeah, my follow-up question was going to be not so much a follow-up.
You want to watch me drink it? No, I like Mega. I like Mega Blot better.
It
It sounds like a medical condition.
the pain and stress and everything one undergoes during the trials or whatever.
Yes.
Continue.
She's sort of like bobbing her head back and forth, like
What's it like?
she's like, this can't be like a secret about it, but like, how bad?
Excruciating.
Right.
I would be morphing one's body while they're still conscious and active. I assume.
This time she, obviously without the glowing eyes, but she sort of looks into. I look at him super intently.
I try to read his soul and find nothing.
I try to read his soul, and I am met with a wall.
I remember what it was now.
Brad just sort of like tilts her head a little bit. Would you do it again?
Instantly.
Damn.
I can relate to that.
So there's never been a creature that wasn't a Blottril that has undergone this that you know of?
Perhaps not
There
that
was-
survived.
There was one, but she is passed.
What happened to her?
Nobody really knows.
What was she before?
Human,
And what did she become after?
dead.
She may not have survived the transformation, may not have even begun to transform.
She survived the transformation.
Okay, then that was my question. Obviously, I know she died.
You said
she
after.
did.
I assumed you meant after.
Okay,
the
sorry.
process.
What happened after the process, but before the dying? Did she become? And I sort of, not in like a rude way, but I'm like, did she become like you?
Eventually. She became the first Quattro.
Oh.
Hmm.
The originator.
So the trials guarantee that you become a Blottrel?
She was human first, then Quattro,
Then Guardian.
and then
But did she?
Guardian.
Oh. So you don't necessarily become Blottrel on your way to becoming a Guardian. Is that what I'm?
I would have to imagine it would be a requisite.
We haven't
step.
tested it on anybody that was not a Quattro. Surely for the point that,
The cruelty of it.
well, most cannot breathe underwater, and we aren't certain survivability on air. Because although
Understandable.
I can breathe air, people cannot breathe water, and it does not give you the ability to do so.
But what if you? Is the breathing water part a necessity?
Well, if
Forever?
you can't breathe water and you live in the water,
Yeah, but what if you don't live in the water after you become a Guardian?
we
Say
haven't
you don't.
tested
Say
that.
you're. I was gonna say you don't become a Blottrel and you attempt the path, whatever you want to call it.
I suppose it, in theory, could work.
But there's no evidence to suggest that it would.
We've never tried it.
Does the being a Blottrel part of the equation feel like a necessity? Or is it just it's always been that way, so no one's ever thought to try it a different way?
It seems the latter.
I wasn't asking you.
Well, most land dwellers cannot obtain the physical status required to partake in the transformation initially either.
What do you mean by that?
In order for Blottrels to ascend, they have to be at least 100 years old. Most land dwellers don't make it that far. And we aren't sure if that's even the requirement for somebody that walks on the land as opposed to swimming in the water.
So no Blottrel has ever tried to ascend before 100 years old? Or they have and it didn't end well?
Some have. It never works.
That seems a good limitation, at least for the Blottrel.
The cutoff part for Blottrel, normal Blottrel is 100 years. The body starts to decay rapidly at 100. And that's when you stop the decay and begin the initiation for the transformation. So unless your body is decaying rapidly...
So it would have to be in the twilight years of one's life.
Yes.
Taking the energy from the rapid decay and turning it into
Rapid growth.
And I need all of you to make a wisdom save.
fuck.
Yay! Thanks, Briar! Hold on.
Oh.
I need to check something real quick. Okay, no, that doesn't help us. Cool, never mind.
Nice.
Oh, fuck.
I will roll for K2.
I'm pretty sure I have my Indomitable still if I failed that.
Does the owlbear need to make the save?
Is that all bear?
No,
Is
because
he
the
down
owlbear
here?
cannot
He's too dumb.
understand what is being said.
Yeah. You're too dumb.
Okay. Intelligence of 3, thank God. Oh, sorry, intelligence of 5.
He's still too dumb.
Wow, K2's sheet is
I
Mess.
can
Yeah,
only
'cause-
imagine how crazy it is.
Yeah.
We're not being charmed or frightened, right?
nope.
Okay, just checking.
No, I wish, because if that was the case, then anyone within 10 feet of me couldn't be.
This is save against eldritch knowledge.
Yeah.
Listen,
No, the
I
things
was
that want
just
the
checking.
knowledge are attacking our brains.
Alright, we're just gonna do that. Exit out of the game, and I'm just gonna roll a d20.
Yeah,
Cheated.
that is like +2 probably.
Something like that.
So it's like
Either way-
12 or 13. Either way,
Yeah,
failed.
either way, no. The DC is 10 to start, so...
Oh!
Who
Nice!
has a wisdom of 12? I don't know if he has any bonuses to it.
12 would be a +1.
Yeah, so he would
So,
save.
yeah.
So, Briar,
That checks out.
Listen, I have nothing if not consistent in my pursuit of stupid knowledge. Okay,
We know.
we'll drag this poor,
You went
poor
from drinking
vampire.
weird things to asking questions you shouldn't, even after being warned. Oh
See,
my
You know
God.
you can't regenerate your head, right?
see, this is why I wanted Briar, or this is why I wanted Tori in our Tuesday game. Because I know Tori would see, ooh, that's a creepy thing. Poke.
Yeah,
Simple
I,
Briar analogy. She fucks around, she
finds out.
I
Cool.
think
so Briar, you take 41 points of psychic damage.
Do the rest of
we're
us take half that,
fine.
or are we fine?
No, yeah, you guys are fine.
Okay. So
Yeah.
Briar just
Get a wicked
recoils.
headache.
Yeah.
It's like bleeding out of her eyes.
I hope not.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Okay.
No, she just
I
like
hope not.
grabs her head and like.
Yep. I also need you to roll me 1d100.
Nice!
Let's
All
go.
of it is her.
I
Just
love
her.
rolling dice. I love rolling
yeah.
dice. 78.
Yeah, I'm
78.
pretty sure just Briar because she's the one that started it.
Yeah.
Nice.
78. Okay.
What on
Hit
the
me
short
with
term
that
madness
table.
table? Fallen conscious. I have no idea. I'm not looking at it. I mean, on the short term, there is one that's just you fallen conscious.
Funny.
Oh, this one's fun.
Oh no.
Oh, nice.
It's never good. When
Oh,
you-
Faith and Begata!
Alright.
Fuck, what is this? Oh no.
Hey, Briar, you fucked around and found out, and now you die?
This is so fucking funny for what's going on.
Yeah, I was. Are you just gonna send it to her? Because
Yeah.
that would be more fun. Yeah. Don't tell us.
Oh no. So like this happens right now, right?
Right now.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh Jesus Christ.
What happens?
So you're like, as you
We're gonna
sit
find
there
out.
and you obtain this knowledge, suddenly you're hit with this wave of pain as your head just reels back and this blood just begins like pouring out of your ears
Nice.
in like a very small amount. And you let out a very like shrill scream. And then you just fall quiet and you face forward and you're silent.
Oh wow. Okay.
I'm assuming
Oh no.
that is what you meant by backlash.
I've said too much.
You
We
most
appreciate
certainly
the
have.
information that you have given.
So we have a potential speculative theory. When we encountered this rogue guardian, it continued to assault the individual that we had encountered assaulting, but did not continue to do so for any of us. Do your people potentially have some sort of psionic power to sense individuals nearby, or some ability to sense the strength of individuals that you come across, or
Strength, no. People, yes.
Huh?
Not. Well, I mean, I can tell even in. If we were to obscure the water, I could tell where you were. But I cannot. Why is she leaving?
what?
Looks at
As you see, like Briar's just like slowly backing away from you. She's moved about 10 feet back from the group, but he's staring right at you guys. So he's, no, never mind.
Briar?
Anyway,
Good?
Serenix grabs
we
the
can.
briar.
Oh, you try. I take off.
I
I'm sure she's fine.
Yeah, Serenix goes to like reach just forward, just hold on to her, thinking she's just slightly drifting or some shit. And then she takes off and she just drops her hand like, oh no, come back. You've gone too far. Oh well. And she'll just look at it. I tried. She'll be fine.
I'll
Be
go keep
fine.
an eye on her.
Yes, someone should. Is that via some sort of psionic sense, or some ability of current?
It's an ability only the primes get. So it's one of the adaptations we have.
I'm gonna say this, and it's completely as Krista, by the way. It's the electromagnetic fields recognized by the sensors in their face, like sharks.
Yeah, probably. Yeah,
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, electro makes sense. We don't know that in game. Yeah.
Surprise! We watch a lot of shark things. I like sharks.
Surprise! Crystal watches a lot of
Shark
shark
Week.
things and forces Josh to.
No, he volunteered.
That's true. I do.
That's
I like sharks too.
because-
I'm just terrified of them.
Yeah, as well you should be.
Yep.
They are not things you want to encounter in the ocean. Yeah. Anyways, so would such a sense work above the water as well as below?
Probably, if it does, probably not to the same effect. I have the ability to go on land, so that doesn't mean I have.
Right.
Oh, well. Sorry.
And your is your amphibiousness complete, or do you need to return to the water after some span of time?
It's complete. I can breathe air or water just fine.
Okay. So that would explain why I could be on land for an extended period of time.
Yes, I've been above water plenty, just never on land. Mostly on Sarnathi war vessels, killing them.
Solid.
You don't strike me as war heroes, though.
Ew.
No. I only hope that eventually our nations can come to peace.
Serenix vaguely has the urge to high-five him.
But not relevant at the current moment. I can't speculate as to anything else at the moment. I guess approximately how far out could you sense a creature?
Underwater, 60 feet.
So above ground it would have to be reduced significantly for it to have not noticed us. So just to not care.
I can't remember. So I remember we got like 30 feet within the one. In that 30 feet is when it turned to like acknowledge us, or
I don't think it
the entire time.
I don't think it ever acknowledged us.
It didn't turn to you. The spines on its back stood up.
At what point was that?
30 feet.
I don't remember. Was it at 30 feet?
Yep.
Okay, so it is reduced by about half above ground. Or above water.
Above ground.
That's what I'm used to.
Technically, it
Yeah, it is also technically above ground, but more specifically above water.
Okay, look at us. We're getting answers. Even if Briar got slightly struck with madness. It's fine.
That was a secondary corollary.
I appreciate it. Oh my good god, let me try that again. We appreciate you taking the time to come out and assist us with this.
Yes. It is a matter of concern for both our worlds. At least from my perspective. You may be informed differently, and that is perhaps more correct. In either case, I hope this can be resolved quickly. Last thing we need is more individuals fighting each other just for vengeance.
of course.
I don't think we have anything further to discuss, though, so I'll leave you to your business and yeah. Have to chase after. Turn around to try to find where Briar is, but it's dark as fuck down here,
Yeah.
so I can't see shit.
She just kind of slipped away.
Yeah, I think Kasam is following her.
Some went after
at least-
her.
Yeah, that is what Nestor said.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
If he actually caught up to her, different. But he went after.
Yeah, I'll follow. Considering, between me and Sentinel, we can cover the ground easily. Metaphorical ground, of course, because we're underwater.
Well, I do believe Briar is faster than you.
Yeah.
Is she faster than something?
Is she faster
Yes.
than the 40-foot?
Yeah.
Is she?
I thought so.
No, I'm 35, but
Yeah, I was like,
I could catch her if needed.
Hey, Dark Helen, I think it might be needed for you to catch her.
it's more the fact of finding them in the dark open water. I mean, you have dark vision, so that is a boon for you.
I'll take off in the direction she headed and look for her.
We blind as fuck, boys.
Yup.
I'm going to the surface.
Oh, okay.
Cool. Up.
Yeah, so I guess we all just head surface bound.
Yeah.
Surface bound.
Yeah, I guess just kind of as we're heading, I'm glad they were agreeable at least.
Yeah.
Could have gone a lot worse.
I'm glad they were willing to even just assist us as much as they did.
Yeah. We may not have necessarily gotten a great amount, but we now have more accurate confirmation of the fact that we cannot simply just sneak up on them.
That scent, 30 feet. His spine stood up when we got close up the other day.
Correct.
So,
It wasn't. We didn't know if it had seen us or anything. We have more information now.
yeah, once they breach, she'll just take him in and be like, how the fuck do you try to do this? I don't like the feeling going from water to air. What the fuck? It feels icky.
It's because you're cold.
She'll just dramatically, I'm cold.
Say, Briar, you'd be getting, to the docks at this point, with Sentinel and Kassam right behind you.
Yeah, I just keep looking over my shoulder at them. get onto the dock as fast as I can.
Yep.
And start walking away.
Yep. Start. Yep. Get on the back of Sentinel. So once we reach the surface, we can go right into flight.
Yeah, easy enough.
Why are you running?
Why are you running? Yeah.
Or just looks up at the fucking flying at the owlbear, like, what the fuck?
Just keeping an eye on you.
We'll follow eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bart just goes to look for a tavern or an inn, any of them.
Yeah.
Drink.
So the weathered ship would probably be the
The
same.
first one that you would come across would be labeled the Weathered Ship, and you think to yourself, "Huh, it's an interesting name for a ship that's a tavern."
Oh no!
I go in.
Yep.
Yeah, you go in, and a lot of people that you've never seen before greet you.
Yep.
Follow in after.
As soon as I see Kassam, the owlbear, I imagine, doesn't come inside.
No, he cannot come inside.
True.
He's too big.
Sticks his head in, and Greg's son is like, "Hey, no, out!"
Yeah, Bart just whips around
Just
and
a
like walks
dog.
right up to Kassam and is like, "Can I help you with something?"
Furrowed eyebrow of like, you good? We were.
Are you?
Yes.
Is there a reason you're following me, or?
Because
Oh no.
you're helping us,
We're not there yet, but yes.
right? Briar, are you alright?
You know my name. Who are you? Who are these people? Why?
I'm already confused enough as to why the fuck I was underwater with whatever that thing was. I also don't know you, so stop following me or we're going to have a problem. Got it?
Okay, good. At least we know there's amnesia involved in this. Because that's gonna be a bit of a problem.
If you don't get away from me, I'm about to give you amnesia. Got it? Turn around, go to a
I
table.
forgot how aggressive she was.
There's the old armory coming out.
Would have punched him already if this was all right.
Oh, I know.
Just a visible look of confusion from Kassam now. It's like,
I go over to the bar, actually. Flag down the bartender.
Yeah. Yeah, this random bartender comes over and says, "Hey, Briar, what can I get for you?"
How do you know me? What the
Just
fuck?
like, what is happening? She's like, hey, is there another way out of here other than the front door?
Yeah, you can jump off the deck.
Perfect.
Briar does the math in her head. How far of a jump is that?
Like 15 feet.
Ah, that's fine. That's fine. Maybe sprain an ankle, but we'll be okay.
Yeah, you're a little 17 character. 1d6 of fall damage and ain't shit.
Yeah. Just give this bartender a nod.
Walk out and jump off the fucking deck.
Yeah, you.
No, I go
You-
put myself at a table that puts me
Oh, close to
near
it.
the deck.
Just
yeah.
just in case you need an out.
You
Yeah.
do the stairs going up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair.
Oh, sorry, I forgot this was a 2-layered, so it would actually be 25 feet.
That's fine.
Yeah.
It's 2d6 of fall damage.
Yeah, it's fine.
Twice as much nothing.
Literally could take max damage and it still wouldn't even come close to the headache I just got, so we're fine.
Yeah, true. Yeah, 12 instead of 41. don't know why, for some reason, I thought you resisted psychic damage.
I
don't. Yeah. It's like, yeah. Thinking about it for a half second, it's like, no, you're a vampire. Why would you resist psychic damage? It was just that half second.
Death, not migraines.
God, I wish I could resist migraines.
I know, right? Mood.
You can't even resist death.
That's not true. That was a different character, and also she's very convincing. In the right situation.
It's a really poor time to lose mine.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Really. It's kind of
gonna
funny.
be. I cannot wait. Like, to get to catch up to this part. Yeah.
What do you mean? This is a great.
Briar will just kind of like start going through her stuff.
Yeah, this is a great time.
Which I have a lot of stuff, but yeah, I'm
So much stuff.
I'm taking stock.
To see if she remembers anything.
Well, that wasn't in my bag last I remember. Pulls up vials of random bullshit. What do you mean?
I have so much stuff.
That's depending on how total the amnesia is.
Oh god, she's gonna start drinking random vials again. We're doomed.
Well, she doesn't remember.
You don't know what I
Far
don't.
Heigl.
Yeah. She doesn't remember us.
We'll
She doesn't
see
know
how
why she's in
far-
the water. Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't know how total the amnesia is. Obviously, she remembers her own name because she's like, "Why does everyone know my name?"
Which is a good start, but
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm assuming basic character information about the self is known. Anything else is a crapshoot.
Yep.
But so probably after a couple minutes, like we all show up to just Kassam. Probably
Confused.
outside.
Outside.
Yeah.
Well, sort of outside by the door, confused. Like, there's, I think, some memory loss going on here.
It's entirely possible.
She didn't recognize me, or the bartender, or Sentinel for that matter.
It's entirely possible considering the psionic feedback.
So expect if we confront her to be more prickly than usual.
Or Galleon having flashbacks.
I don't think there's anything I can do at the moment to repair that damage. Now that I think about it, I don't think there's anything I could do at all.
Theo, you got anything for amnesia?
And also, any healing requires a willing participant.
That is true.
As abrasive as she is,
I mean, we can always
before.
try.
You go with the trust us method of
Oh, I was gonna go concussive therapy, but that works too.
concussive therapy. Oh, okay, yeah.
Briar barely trusts those of us not named Darkalion in K2. And that's with her having the full breadth of her knowledge. Really think she's going to suddenly trust all of us if she doesn't know who any of us are.
One way to find out.
Buddy.
I don't think lesser restoration would do it.
Nope.
I don't think dispel magic would do it.
Nope. It would technically be an instantaneous effect that just has lingering consequences.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know that I've got any sort of class ability that would fix this. If she were charmed or frightened, I could at least temporarily fix it.
If she were charmed or if it was a charm or frightened thing, I don't think she wouldn't be in that to make the save, because I assume all of us were probably within 10 feet of me, and if you're within 10 feet of me, you cannot be charmed or frightened.
Alright.
Yep.
So, I mean, greater restoration is probably the best option. It doesn't explicitly mention anything about madness.
Best I've got is level 3 spells.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yep, I'm only a level 6 cleric, unfortunately.
Yep.
I don't have the spell prepared, nor do I have the material component.
I don't have greater.
Yeah, and again, I assume the same for... So for right now, kind of got to write it out.
Yep. We kind of have to lead more on the trust us. We've known you for fucking quite a while.
How about we have him, and points out Tarkalion, do that, because we, points to all the new people, have not.
That is fair.
It's true.
I can at least see if she recognizes me.
Well,
I believe
Hmm.
you.
even if she doesn't explicitly recognize you, you've traveled with her longer than the rest of us have, save K2.
You
Well,
also
K2,
probably have the
K2
most
seems uncommonly quiet right now.
you also have the best bit of knowing the most personal information.
It's
That
we might not want to push too hard, however.
Yeah.
If she starts getting hostile, back off.
Yep.
The last thing we need is for her to start attacking, or worse, run,
Mm-hmm.
trying to hide and injure herself.
I guess I will go in and try and talk with her.
As you like start getting close to her table, she's just like staring at you
He looks at me.
menacingly.
And I'll just be like, Briar? Are you okay? You have a moment?
Squint intensifies. Listen, if you're like the other guy down there, you just fucking move on, okay? This is getting a little weird.
I'm just waiting for her to be like, and who's Briar? My name's Agnes.
I was just about to bring that up, honestly.
It'd be really fucking funny.
Briar, I've traveled with you for a long time now. I'm just wondering, are you okay?
Listen, buddy, I don't know who the fuck you are, okay? So you and the other guy and whoever else was over under the water there can kindly leave me alone. And if you keep pushing, then it will be very unkindly.
All right, Agnes, I'm starting to get pissed at your fucking attitude towards me, and I'm not going to sit here and take this every goddamn day from you. So you either shut up and answer me if you know me, or I'm just leaving, and you will never see me again.
Who the fuck is Agnes?
I walk out.
Oh, I see. He's doing some psychological bullshit.
He's testing her.
Hey,
I go outside and tell you guys, yeah, she doesn't remember shit.
Ah, fuck.
She doesn't know me. She doesn't even know her past name.
it's... I've witnessed this happening before. In cases of trauma where people remember who they are, but remember nothing about their past life or anyone they once formerly associated with. We can only hope it's not permanent.
Yeah.
But until such point as it is cured, unless K2 has something that he's keeping silent, or perhaps...
I hope he does, because I've dealt with her attitude before, and I'm not going to sit here and deal with that shit again.
That's fair. That is
If she
It's
wants
like,
nothing
I
to
put
do
in
with
the
me,
work.
I'm fucking done with that bitch.
Oh.
I'm
Spicy.
just saying, if she doesn't remember you, it's not technically anything personal.
It's
I
not...
get your points, but
It isn't... I guess implicitly it might be her fault, but the reaction to the action isn't necessarily...
Don't you still have your mask?
Probably.
Nope, Rava has that.
yeah.
I wouldn't know
was
that.
gonna say,
Yeah, none of you guys would actually know this. But...
Exactly.
That puts a bit of a wrench in things.
So unless you guys have a magical way to cure whatever the fuck is going on, it's a lost cause right now.
All I can do is make her be on our side for about 10 minutes, but she won't know. She won't remember those events either.
That's...
No.
She's already under mind-affecting magic. It would be remiss to put her under further. For all we know, that might have even more dire consequences. She might forget who she is entirely.
And she's already not thrilled that we're following her, so if we keep pushing her, she might just completely run.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think she would run.
Okay, fine, let me rephrase. She may run, or she may just start throwing fists.
That seems more accurate for Brian.
I hate to say it, but I'm not opposed to concussive therapy.
I don't think that would help either. Her mind was stressed to a point of fracture. Continued stress, be that either physical or via magic, might make it worse.
Could get the queen or the king involved. See if they have any.
Who is she closest to with you guys before all this shit?
Rava.
Then we go get the train. Well, not now. She's aggressive, but
She also wouldn't recognize her unless she remembers Rava, but if she didn't remember me, but she doesn't see Rava as with us down there, so she may not be as defensive, so Rava may be our best bet.
It's more of a neutral ground, yes, but
Exactly,
we should
more
give
neutral.
it
I don't
time
think
regardless.
we should do it right now. Yeah.
Either way, we have to go get her, bring her here, make sure that Briar stays put.
As much as I'm remiss to suggest it, we may have to let this sleeping dog lie until it decides to wake up of its own accord.
Till she decides to make her next move.
If it wears off. Could it take an hour? Could it take a month? Do we know?
Uncertain. But as of now, we have little we can particularly do to help on this front. She'll have the wherewithal to recognize all of us, not that any of us are particularly subtle. Bravo, or potentially K2 may be our best bet, but I don't know.
We fucked around and found out too much.
That does seem to be a theme. Does it not? As Salvix looks at Darkalion.
He just nods.
Yes.
Wheel.
I guess we have some time to consider what our options are here before we continue forward. Perhaps we should take some time to do that.
Yeah.
I'd say unless K2's got a better idea, but since Mike's not here right now, can't really...
Yeah. Which above game is me saying, maybe it's a good point to end.
Might be.
Yeah, which was the plan here.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is...
Yeah, as you guys contemplate what the fuck to do, yeah.
He jumps off the deck. And we end there.
No, she's still in there for now. Safe and sound sitting.
Yeah. The tavern is safe. That is where the alcohol is. If I have alcohol, I will not kill anyone. Unless they bother me more.
And exits and she can bounce if she needed to.
Exactly.
But on that note, I'm going to end the recording here. So thank you guys for watching, and we will catch you next week.
Bye bye.
Uh,